allow the two children to attend the budget every year. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind. What you sound like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó lódodo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó lódodo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are joining from. It is Maiyegun Live. But please, read the caption of this broadcast, the description. If you're watching me live, read the description as well. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun today, that's all you have to do. While we were all kind of distracted by the happenings inside the Nigeria, a group of Yoruba nation agitators declared Democratic Republic of the Yorubas, and they called it dry. DRY tonight. Another part of our report tonight is that of the killings of a pregnant woman in Enugu by a suspected repentant terrorists. In Plateau State, 11 people were slaughtered today by the terrorists. So today, now good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me or watching from. So it is Maiyegun live. So we are starting tonight from the not so shocking news of the invasion of Oyo State House of Assembly in Ibadan yesterday. So a lot of us were wondering, what was the motivation? Where did this sort of start from? Who are those behind this? I did say something nice about the news yesterday because I didn't have all the details. I still don't have all of the details, but I do have more than what I had yesterday. And it is all leading back to the same warning that I gave 3 years ago. In fact, was it up to 3? No, it should be about 2.5 years ago. And that is to remind all of us who care to listen at the time that self-determination or self-rule or an independent campaign, they are legitimate campaigns that should attract the most intelligent and the most patriotic Yorubas to team up, including all the groups, in Yoruba land today. Before now, we have so many groups. Since them born me, there are so many groups. Some of them extinct, some are still existing, and more are being created. All sort of, lays around Yoruba this, Yoruba that, and most of them actually do promote the Yoruba independence until lately, where you can begin to identify with you, right? I said, you see, with no real central or centralization of this kind of a campaign, it is bound to be, rubbished. I won't say hijacked, because at present there is absolute no power on so many of these groups, reach to hijack any struggle that has to do with Yoruba's agenda. Many people have used Yoruba agenda to enrich themselves politically in Nigeria and otherwise. And there are others who are also kind of building their own profile around same. And I raised an alarm 2.5 years ago. I said, when people said they will make declaration of Yoruba nation, and we look at the characters of people who are making this regular online posts and threats, and I said, those who are going to stay where they live and in their supposed mind, right, all it's going to take is just to make an announcement and say, yeah, we are declaring this country and that is it. Then Ilano Yoruba Bilano Udua, the group that got enmeshed in different kind of scandal, especially from towards the end of 2022, 2023, and here we are now. The embarrassment has now sort of grown, bolder, to the point that yesterday when some young people who went to the Oyo State House of Assembly, that they wanted to go and take over the government there, they were not just acting like from, they were actually motivated, funded, and mobilized by a group of Yoruba nation agitators, okay? Her name is Modupe Onitiri, one of the wives of MKO Abiola. In fact, she is described as not a wife per se, but just one of the women that give MKO Abiola children. And she's been riding on that card for a very long time. Abiola's wife. And I think that's how they met with the Ilano Odua, Baba Akintoye, and the rest of them. And it didn't take long. Listen to this. So it didn't take long because she actually has a team. Now, if anybody think she doesn't really have people that she does kind of motivating to whatever violence that she promotes or whatever, right? Then you will be wrong. Here is what happened. The people handling in Lano, they were almost, or should I say, totally lost on what to do next when people were asking them, when is Yoruba nation going to come? They were lying to people, arrogating the power, the kind of power, imaginary powers that they do not have. And most of them are doing so from a very far distance away from Nigeria. And a lot of us continue to kind of educate the people that listen. If you want an independent country out of an existing country, it simply means you would have to actually build the resource capital to pursue such agenda. And if you don't have such resources, there is no point in arrogating the kind of power that you don't have. You can't declare any country. You can't. But there are those who believe, yes, we will. And I didn't know it has gone so far. The delusion has gone so deep. But when they brought her into this, their Ilano stuff, right? A long story, but I don't want to bore you with that. So they brought her into it. And the guys in charge of Ilano, they were lost. We were asking them, what's the plan? Any kind of real plan in place that we can look into and indeed mobilize towards? They had nothing. It was pure cash and carry sort of campaign until it became serious. But it didn't take much time. Then this lady, this woman came in, Iyawo Abiola, Mama Onitiri, and boom, she just gave everybody a date that she was going to declare Yoruba nation. And that's it. And there were those, they were like, yes, mommy, yes, ma, yes, ma, thank you, ma. There were even some deluded idiots who come onto my platform asking me to reach out to her and we can work together and continue the delusion. Somebody who has no single, no tiny, any means of influence to influence anything other than to sing to the gullible idiots who are readily available to be manipulated. Read the comment. They are here. They are coming here soon. Okay? Because you won't believe this. They were actually as educated as Yorubas are claimed to be, exposed as we are. I mean, there are those who believe that right now, Yoruba nation is independent. In fact, there is an acting president. This is how much the Delulu has traveled and how deep it has become. So she declared she was going to declare a date of independence. By October 2022, I'm going to declare we are going to take over the airports. We're going to take over the borders. And some of them came here that instead of people like us to support her in a madness, right? Support her and delude ourselves enough like they are doing. And because we were like, they're mad, are you that daft? Like, could somebody actually really take advantage of you enough that you are so deluded that You just wanted to believe it and you wanted it to be exactly what you think it is. Well, anyway, without having like going to, yeah. So I came out then I said, well, if you want to, for the sake of those who are like intelligent enough to listen, all right? Because some of you may not even know that there is actually a strong scam behind the Yoruba Nation and the Yoruba Nation campaign that we have personally discovered. And they are actually like in the open too. But the problem is that majority of the perpetrators, they double down most of the time. Or they blame you why it is not happening. So this woman said she was going to declare Yoruba Nation in October 2022. And she did. Then, no, she didn't. Then she said, oh, we will do it in December. She couldn't. That was the moment she started, sort of the first phase of exposing our level of illiteracy. Like I couldn't even imagine, except somebody is actually a real scammer, a poor one at that. It is either she has mental problems or she's a stark illiterate that is actually really showing up now. To have a country, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing first is to take over or influence the political power of that your region. And I've said this many times. Except you do that, because, without that, there will be no place that you can call a sanctuary state for the Yoruba sovereign nation campaigners. There must be a sanctuary state, and that power comes from where you can feel safe, where you say, oh, I am supporting Yoruba Nation. In your state, let me use that as an example. If the Yoruba Nation advocates, the reason why it is so kind of complex right now is because the genuine patriots will not waste their time in participating in the current political settings or whatever structure they have in Nigeria now in order to push the pro-Yoruba Nation, politicians and that, to push them to power. That's the first phase. So, because the first phase starts from you actually feeling safe in Yoruba land. With the way Nigeria is structured, those who are against Yoruba Nation, they are no other people than the Yorubas themselves. And I'm not saying all Yorubas. I'm talking about the criminal Yorubas who are benefiting from the rot right now. They are the first stop. They are the first people that will do everything to crush anything that has to do with Yoruba Nation. What do? You remove them. Take away that power from them. Until that happens, the deluded, you see all these deluded wearies on social media who are pushing our people into the hands of those who are looking for excuses or reasons to justify the killings of Yorubas in Nigeria. They will continue. So, I did not hear anything again since December 2022. Like a lot of people now discover that he's a pure trash who is only out to bring further disrepute, disgrace, and undermine a legitimate advocacy that, you see why all of you who are actually really genuinely in your heart would love to see a prosperous, independent Yoruba Nation out of this place. You are keeping quiet. And charlatans like this are those people, when they talk about Yoruba Nation, they look at all these charlatans. Oh, this one's talking about, well, they are not serious, Joe. This one's. Because those of you who knows the value of this, who knows the validity and legitimacy of this, a lot of you are too scared to even come out and say it. And then she was everywhere. She was asking for money. They needed that more tank. She lives in America. I think I've been told she's not in Nigeria like myself. And I have told you, you see, any advocacy, listen to this one, any campaign for Yoruba, what happened to my, give me a sec. I think I have an issue with my microphone. I don't want that to be a problem, right? Like I do not want to, be too quiet or too low when I'm actually like speaking out like that, right? So, where was I? So I kind of felt like I never heard from them again. And it seems everybody just kind of, at that moment, everybody kind of like take a backseat. But it all started from when she was introduced as she's part of the Ilano and all of that. Then she chanked them, right? She said they were doing, they were voting online and they were collecting signatures. Okay, signatures of people who are interested. It's like a petition. Okay, they call it a petition. Everybody should go there and sign. Baba, I put over 80 pounds of my money because I thought that's a very good experiment. In fact, it was a smart one to actually see those who are willingly are going to go there and sign the petition for I support this. And these guys said they were going to get 1 million signatures, and that was what they were all out for. I promoted it on this platform because I wanted to see how many Yorubas all over the world that will actually tap into this, right? Baba, everybody got to 20,000 or 25,000. The next thing, they just removed the counter. Why did you remove the counter? The counting there is what we tell us every day, like progress. Oh, some people are watching us. Nigeria is coming. Nigeria is shaking. Since, the next thing, this idiot, almost every day. Oh, it is now 2 million. It is now 5 million. Oh, it is now 10 million people signed, and it's absolute trash, right? And when we ask, why would you do that? That seems something that you should make open. No, the Nigeria government is shaking. Nigeria government is coming after them. Then the next thing, they say, oh, the signature is complete. Can we see it? No, we cannot show you, but it's complete now. We are going to declare Yoruba nation. Now, when they couldn't do that, or that, by December, this woman started asking money for, for weapons. She said the reason why she hasn't declared is because Nigeria will react when they declare. And if Nigeria is going to react, they must be ready. It was part of, there are those people who were selling that lie too. They wrote to United Nations. They wrote to this. They wrote to, all those nonsense. They were all kind of lies, okay, that finally expired. I wasn't expecting this, right? But you know why I am kind of right now feeling like a lot of you need to understand the level of damages that these charlatans like this bring upon a noble cause, simply because a lot of you who are supposed to be part of it, you are staying aloof, you are staying away, and you probably not strong-minded enough to see it as your cause. And now, when people want to talk now, the image you will see out there about Yoruba nation now is going to be the image of those misled young boys and girls. I told you. Now, if the diplomatic part of trying to take power that way is not going to work, then you can go the Hamas way. The Hamas way means you will need a lot of money, a lot of training, resources for the people. And when you want to now say, we are taking over the government of Western Nigeria, you would have, it's like a coup. You will have all of the resources you need. For example, all of the governors in Southwest, you are going to arrest them. Yeah, put them in house arrest. Show to them that they are no longer in control. And you need a force to actually do that. They said this woman, when they asked them, said they needed to contribute money. The money here, that money is not enough. That money can, all the money we raise now is just $3,000. That money cannot buy a armor personnel carrier. We need to buy fighter jets. We need to buy guns. We need to train people. We need like that. More people were giving them money. They were doing programs like this, telling people. So now 2 days ago, I didn't see it coming. I swear I didn't. I thought these guys are fizzled out. And somehow we can actually give a real face to this legitimate advocacy. Anybody who tells you, so if we are going to go into a guerrilla warfare kind, you must have the resources. See? And anybody who is encouraging it, he must be in Yoruba land. I have told you, when they say referendum, right? Referendum is election, campaign, like you are doing your APC, PDP campaign. Exactly. You will see people campaigning against it. And I told you, you see, if a system, if the push come to that level that, okay, they find out, so let's have a referendum. People like us will not be a referendumist from abroad. We will be on ground. Because that's what it means. Right? Same thing, if anybody encourages you that we need to fight, all this in our story, we cannot get this Yoruba nation without fighting, and they are living abroad, and you are living in Nigeria and you believe them. Somebody who is like I am now. I am safe, I am comfortable, and I am somehow far away from any danger that Nigeria represents. But the moment I say, we need to be this, we need to be that, once I actually carry that to my face, or I am part of those who feel that way, the ideal thing is for me to be in that place. We have to be there together. So that when they are arresting people, they will arrest all of us. When they are shooting people, they will shoot all of us. Kind of. That's how it should be. But somebody said, I'm just going to declare. And they actually did. And people were congratulating them. So, congratulations. Dupe o, Atibori o. We are now free. Mama wa Onitiri eshe o. Eshe tegba wale o. What kind of delulu is this? I thought we are Yorubas. Abi gbogbo bragging of being educated, most educated, most skinny cocky. Abi running gbogbo eni. Why are you all seated there looking at me as if to say I am probably reacting the way I shouldn't? Self-determination is a legitimate campaign. And of course, for you to know, when you are campaigning for self-determination, are you with me? There will be 1,001 group advocating for the same thing. But a time should have come that every group in Yoruba land, outside Yoruba land, all those who are from in the diaspora, all these groups should have managed to find their way and come under one single umbrella without losing your identity, the identity of your groups. And inside that group, you would have the political part, you have the security arm, you have the engineering arm, you have the propaganda arm. And then you can now call yourself the whatever name you choose. And that means they cannot, nobody can leave. Anyone who acts outside the edict of that group, the bigger, the larger body, you are on your own. But look at this now. Now, Mama won't need Onitiri be this. So in another 1 year, we don't know what is going to pop up. And that should be a clarion call. But let me show you the drama. And I am not saying you shouldn't come and abuse me. Would you me dada? Sorry, guys, I have to say this in Yoruba. All of una will be Yanyi Onitiri followers. If you are living abroad, I don't have anything to say to you. Okay? Like you are watching me right now, you are watching me from your own comfortable room in London, in America, in Canada, all over the place. I do not have anything to say to you. But you see, you watching me from Nigeria, that by chance, right now, you are typing on your phone to abuse me, because to you, somebody like me is an enemy to what your Iyayin Onitiri and all this shameless stuff that they have brought upon this advocacy. Listen very well and listen very carefully. You will be, if you are not careful, you will be sent to your early death and you will die for nothing. Surely Iyayin Onitiri àti other people, other characters that are likely going to be those who are like telling you, right? Go and take over the government of the entire Yoruba land. And right there from their comfort room, they are watching some of you getting shot. And majority of you will just disappear for nothing. I won't feel sorry for you. Do you understand? So bumi da. All right? Tobati bumi ton. Kolososino dry. Like, is this even like illiteracy ni kakpele yini? Abi mental health problem? Democratic Republic of the Yorubas, dry. Like dry. Now listen to this. So Onitiri 2 days ago, having kind of managed to get guns as well as cartridges for these guys, about maybe 7 of them. Okay, I told you this is 2024. If you see anybody that is talking about Yoruba nation and talking about Yoruba's security, and they are giving you Onde, Ifunpa, Bekude, Ayeta, and all that other nonsense in this 2024, it is either you are mad for believing them, or those who are sending you to your death, they are actually mad people that you are listening to. This is 2024. Okay? There is some level of improvement that we should be seeing now. This is no longer the era of that nonsense anymore. All of those your Nollywood, Yoruba wood, and all those rubbish they put in our head. AK-47 with a proper, with a proper ballistic, what do you call that? Ballistic protection or bulletproof vest. With a strong ballistic element too. All this nonsense. This is 21st century. I mean, a lot of you have been asking yourselves, if we want to brag within ourselves and just make ourselves feel good, you can talk about our babawa. You better drop that nonsense these days. When you pick war, like if it has to go that route, that means you have to have the proper logistics to keep yourself safe, or you are just actually like going to commit mass suicide. And that is the work a lot of people don't want to do than to scam you. The work of trying to do a general mobilization where there is consensus from so many demography. I'm talking about from different age groups and class and creed, all agreeing to put their resources together and say, we actually need to protect ourselves now and get ourselves out of this whole shithole. So if you are still somewhere watching me in Yoruba land right now, and they are already putting incisions in your head, telling you they are doing that for you because, they are doing it for you to protect you against this or against that, and in the name of Yoruba nation, you better run. You better run. Because you see, the real army that we believe will protect Yoruba land, it should be an educated one. Not like these ones that they send to them, giving them cutlasses, guns, and the rest of that, and then and they are like, how come how come your juju know the work? Your juju is useless. And you as a Yoruba, you are there, you are watching like, that's how juju know the work true. You don't know if to feel insulted or to be ashamed. You don't know, boys. You are watching it. Or what do you call this? I'm going to show you something else about. What do you call this?
Those very Put your hand down. Bring your hand down. This one. Sorry, we not get that way. Another one there inside though. Yo, open it. Open it, Mara. We have wash here for them. Open up for yourself. Open it. She. Remove them down.
Like in 2024, if you are not that daft, like if you are somebody, I'm not asking you not to believe in juju. That's your problem. Okay? But when we are talking about warfare, if you prepare to go and fight war, because that's what you are going to do. You did not go to Lagos. You did not go to Ondo. You did not go to Ekiti. You did not go to Abeokuta in Ogun State. You did not go to Oshun, Oshogbo. You didn't go to Kwara. You did not go to all these places simultaneously. Or you went to Ibadan because some lunatics made this announcement. Here is Onitiri declaring Democratic Republic of the Yorubas dry 2 days ago from our bedroom in America.
Indigenous people niwa, sovereign people niwa, ethnic nationalists niwa, wípé ká kúrò nílẹ̀ Nigeria. A dẹ̀ ti kúrò ní November 2022. Ní èní tó jẹ́ ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kẹrin 2024. Ìyẹn jẹ́ April 12th 2024. Ìpè ní èní pé ká kúrò. Pé ayé sọlẹ̀ sórí ìsọmi tí ò rí. Pẹ̀lú agbára t'Ọlọ́run fi ta sánmọ̀ bí ẹni taṣọ, pẹ̀lú agbára t'Ọlọ́run fi dá ọ̀run méje lẹ̀ méje ayé àti ogun tó wà nú ẹ̀ pátápátá, tó ní ohun òṣùpá ìràwọ̀ kó máa ṣe ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé, òkúta iyebíye kó máa ṣe ìmọ́lẹ̀ ìsàlẹ̀. Èmi Modupe Onitiri mo proclaim sovereignty Democratic Republic of the Yoruba ní èní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kẹrin 2024. Láti èní lọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjọba tiẹ̀, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìlú tiẹ̀. Ó become newest nation in the world. Káàkiri àgbáyé, Yorùbá ó dorílẹ̀-èdè. Tẹ́nikẹ́ni ò takò, tẹ́nikẹ́ni ò sọ pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ó ti wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Àṣẹ t'Ọlọ́run fi dá ogun tó dá, tó ní kó máa bẹ ó sì ń bẹ. Àṣẹ náà, ọmọ Yorùbá ní èní, Democratic Republic of the Yorùbá, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjọba adélé, ó ní sovereignty ẹ̀, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ agbára ìjọba ẹ̀ láti èní lọ. Èmi, Modupe Onitiri Abiola, mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, ọmọ Yorùbá, indigenous Yorùbá descent ni mí, ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí, opó olóògbé MKO Abiola ni mí, ọmọ Onítìrí Èkó ni mí, pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run, pẹ̀lú agbára t'Ọlọ́run fi ń jẹ́ èmi ni, pẹ̀lú agbára t'Ọlọ́run fi ń jẹ́ àìkú, pẹ̀lú agbára t'Ọlọ́run fi ń jẹ́ àìrí, pẹ̀lú agbára t'Ọlọ́run fi ń jẹ́ àìní ìpẹ̀kun, pẹ̀lú agbára t'Ọlọ́run fi ń jẹ́ àìní òpin, pẹ̀lú agbára ìyìn ògo ọlá Ọlọ́run. Ní èní mo proclaim ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, mo issue proclamation, notification, publication, annunciation, pronunciation, sovereignty, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, láti èní lọ, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, láti èní lọ, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, ó di nation, ó ní sovereignty ẹ̀, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe ìjọba ẹ̀ láti èní lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí o, kò yí padà. Àwa sọ pé gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè káàkiri àgbáyé, wípé kán mọ̀ wípé Democratic Republic of the Yoruba is a new nation, newest nation in the world, number 55 in Africa. Our indigenous people, mo kí wa pé a kú oríire ọjọ́ òní nítorí Ọlọ́run ṣàánú fún wa, torí Ọlọ́run àánú ẹ̀ dúró títí nínú ayé wa, àárẹ̀ àánú gbà. A ṣe declaration níjọ́ Sunday, November 20, 2022. A ṣe reclamation níjọ́ Sunday, December 18, 2022. Pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run, pẹ̀lú àánú Ọlọ́run, pẹ̀lú ìjẹ́kan Ọlọ́run. A ṣe proclamation ní èní Friday, April 12, 2024. Pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run, ó ti wá sí ìmúṣẹ o, ìjọba adélé ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, kò sí tó yí padà mọ́. Ọmọ Yorùbá ò bójú wẹ̀yìn mọ́, wájú ni, òkè là ń lọ lórí ilẹ̀ alààyè yìí pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run. A ti ní sovereignty wa, a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjọba wa, Ọlọ́run ti ṣàánú fún wa, àti rí àánú gbà. Mo congratulate gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá o, gbogbo indigenous Yorùbá people pátápátá IYP ti Democratic Republic of the Yorùbá. Mo kí wa, a kú oríire, Ọlọ́run ṣàánú fún wa, a rí àánú gbà. Ká máa ran Ọlọ́run nígbà gbogbo, ká máa fọpẹ́, ká máa fìyìn fọ́lọ́run. gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá ti ń rí àwọn nǹkan tó dáa tọ́lọ́run ṣe fún wa ẹ jẹ́ ká máa yin Ọlọ́run ká máa fọpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run ní gbogbo ìgbà. ṣẹlá ọmọ Yorùbá IYP àǹfààní tó pọ̀ gan-an a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí ní kíákíá oríṣiríṣi oore nǹkan tó dáa. lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ àwọn nǹkan kan wà tó yẹ pé tí àwọn ọmọ IYP tán bá gbé wọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá duty free ni o, gbogbo ẹ̀ la ṣe máa ṣàlàyé. gbogbo bá ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe máa rí owó láti fi ṣe business láti fi ṣoko láti gbogbo ẹ̀ la ṣe máa ṣàlàyé. gbóore tó pọ̀ ó ń bọ̀ fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá torí a ti ní control over resources wa a ti ní control over destiny wa pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run. a pé gbogbo ìlú lágbàáyé kí wọ́n mọ̀ wípé Yorùbá ó ti di Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, the newest nation in the world àti dorílẹ̀-èdè o. so long live IYP, long live DIY, Democratic.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
See, I understand those of you who want to see the positive sides to this. Of course, we can't ignore maybe some little positive, like you can project some positivity to some of these if you don't want to see it totally in a negative light. And I agree with you. But that too, we shouldn't remove the fact that Abba, isn't that too cringing for you to watch? If you are a Yoruba person seated there watching and listening to me right now, isn't that cringy enough? I mean, come on. This woman, right, at a point, she suddenly turned supposed declaration, reclamation, proclamation in 2022. She turned it into a praise and worship something. I'm talking about after 2022. She and others, they turned it into something like a church thing, like a vision. She's like the Yaorisha or the Yajo. So she will come up when others are waiting for her to, every day. I remember people used to come onto my platform. Maiyegun, we need the we need fire for fire. We need to shake. So they do go to all these guys too, right? Telling them, Mama, I declare. Although Mama, if you declare Yoruba nation like this, boys stay ground, boys ready to move. Our boys are all of them, they are abroad though. They're not in that place, so but they are here. Like now, we will move, but boys are ready, boys on ground. So when she couldn't do when they were asking, when are we going to take over? When are we going to begin to see Yoruba nation declaration? She would then come to them for like over a year now. She will come on screen like this. And she'll be like, Eyomo Yoruba, mo fe kama jo kama yo. I want us to be dancing and happy. Because, see, the vision that God gave me overnight, God said Yoruba should just be dancing and happy because we are free, we are now independent, let us praise. So praise God and praise and dance. Then they do Yoruba nation like that too. And I'm like, oh my embarrassment, for God's sake. Now, to those of you who wanted to see the positive side, I'm not kind of blocking you from that too. Okay? But with you, in all honesty, even you as a Yoruba watching me right now, in all honesty, tell me that this is not embarrassing. Like, if this is the first time you are saying it, or when you saw it the first time. Also, have you actually looked around? Have you seen the mockery? The mockery against the Yorubas, the mockery of Yorubas, the mockery of that same Yoruba nation campaign. Have you seen that around? That is what people like this brings into a noble movement. There is no amount of other. Somebody said this may spark the interest of other people, like, what she did, but nevertheless, right? Nevertheless, of what she has done, it could, they could have a positive side. I'm not saying there is no positive side, or we can't kind of project one. We're going to deny what this has been. If you think that's cringy, sorry guys who don't understand Yoruba, okay? I want to show you the acting president of Yoruba Republic, of Dry. Listen, here is your acting president. You think, say, fooling is going out of fashion. Now you go see fooling in the truest version. First, they started with the Yoruba anthem. Listen.
Àkókò tó wà yìí láti ṣe ìbúra fún olórí ìjọba adelé ti orílẹ̀-èdè olómìnira tiwantiwa ti Yorùbá.
Èmi Mobọ́lájí Ọláwálé Akíọlá Ọmọkọrẹ
Fi tọkàntọkàn ṣèlérí. Jẹ́jẹ́.
Dámájẹ̀mú
Pẹ̀lú orúkọ
Ọlọ́run alágbára.
Wípé èmi yóò sin àwọn ojúlówó ọmọ Yorùbá. Ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá olómìnira. Nípa lílo àwọn agbára olórí ìjọba adelé. Ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá olómìnira tiwantiwa. Èmi yóò
olóòótọ́ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá olómìnira tiwantiwa.
Àti àwọn ojúlówó ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀. Èmi yóò sì fi tọkàntọkàn ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́. Àti ojúṣe ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn ojúlówó ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀. Ni yóò máa jẹ́ ìtọ̀nà sí ìṣiṣẹ́ mi. Àti ìṣe mi. Yorùbá ni àkọ́kọ́. Èmi yóò jẹ́ olódodo. Sí àwọn àgbékalẹ̀ mímọ́. Ètò ìṣèjọba ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá olómìnira tiwantiwa. Èmi yóò sì dáàbò bo ìdáǹdè orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá olómìnira tiwantiwa. Òmìnira rẹ̀. Àti àwọn agbègbè rẹ̀. Èmi yóò sì dáàbò bo àwọn ẹ̀mí. Àwọn ohun ìní. Ìtúsílẹ̀. Àwọn ohun àmúṣọrọ̀. Ògo. Àjogúnbá. Àṣà. Ìtàn. Èdè. Ìdánimọ̀. Àti ilẹ̀ baba ńlá ojúlówó ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀. Èmi yóò ṣe ìgbélárugẹ àwọn ìrànlọ́wọ́. Àti ààbò àwọn ènìyàn. Èmi yóò sì ṣe ètò ààbò. Tó péye fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá olómìnira tiwantiwa. Mo sì tún ṣe ìlérí wípé. Èmi kò ní dalẹ̀ ìgbàgbọ́ tí àwọn ènìyàn mi ní sí mi. Tí mo bá da májẹ̀mú tí mo dá lónìí. Èmi ti ṣetán láti fa ara mi kalẹ̀. Fún ìjìyà tí ó nípọn. Láti ọwọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè mi Yorùbá. Èyí ni májẹ̀mú mi. Kí Ọlọ́run kí ó ràn mí lọ́wọ́. Ní báyìí, a máa tẹ́tí sílẹ̀ fún ọ̀rọ̀ àkọ́sọ olórí ìjọba adelé ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá olómìnira tiwantiwa.
Ọjọ́ Ẹtì, oṣù kẹrin, ọjọ́ 12, ẹgbẹ̀rún ọdún 2023. Ọjọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ adelé tó dúró lórí àánú Ọlọ́run. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá IYP káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. Orúkọ tèmi ni Mobọ́lájí Ọláwálé Akíọlá Ọmọkọrẹ. Mo kí yín wípé ẹ kú oríire gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá IYP torí pé ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè olómìnira Yorùbá DRY ti fi ẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ ó sì ti wọlé ó sì ti dé ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa yọ̀ nítorí pé òní tó jẹ́ ọjọ́ Ẹtì oṣù kẹrin ọjọ́ kejìlá ẹgbẹ̀rún ọdún méjì àti ẹ̀kẹrìnlélógún ni ó wọlé dé. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni wa ní láti mọ̀ wípé ilẹ̀ àwọn baba ńlá wa ilẹ̀ wa ni a sì ti ṣetán láti gbóhùn ìní wa láti òní yìí títí ayé máa fi parẹ́. Ní báyìí tí ìjọba Adélé ti wọlé dé láti sin àwọn ọmọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá IYP ti orílẹ̀-èdè olómìnira Yorùbá DRY àǹfààní máa wà lóríṣiríṣi tí a máa ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀. Àsìkò wa ti tó láti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jẹ̀gbádùn ìbùkún tabua àlùmọ́nì ohun èlò ilẹ̀ ọrọ̀ àdáyébá àti àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ onímọ̀ ènìyàn tí Ọlọ́run alágbára jùlọ fi bùkún wa lọ́pọ̀ yanturu lórí ilẹ̀ àwọn baba ńlá wa. Níwàyí gbogbo ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gbogbogbò àti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ aládàáni bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ títí ó fi lọ dé ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ tó tún fi dé ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga ìgboyà àkọ́kọ́ tó wà ní gbogbo olú ìlú méjèèje ti orílẹ̀-èdè olómìnira Yorùbá DRY ni a ti tìpa láti òní lọ.
Continue. 70 years old man. Is that you?
Jesus is Lord.
Is that you?
So, according to the dry president, Ààrẹ Adélé Dry, they said that the following states are now under dry. And I do not really want to sound somehow condescending because I'm actually angry. I'm angry not because these guys are like, you know, they have a plan that could possibly be really, really useful. Okay? Like, it is a good thing that we have people who believe that there should be a direction, okay? There should be some level of a push. And if you want to do that in that way, don't make it look like a skit. It's real life. Ààrẹ said they have shut down all the schools. Have been shut down this or that. Did they shut anything down in Yoruba land at all? They also said they've taken over all the government of Yoruba land. Is that true? So why are you angry with me when I said this is a delusion taken too far? Why? What? But they can. Are you mad? So you are trying to project something that you can say, but that could be something or whatever, Abi. But indeed, these are people who told you you are independent, Abi. At least Simon Ekpa, oh, nah, government in exile. That kind of makes sense. You see, you're like, okay, oh, this is a government in exile. Oh. This one government, Yoruba government in exile? Abi, where? Because if somebody says, I am now the Adele and all these places, they are under my control now, I've shut them down. But you know he hasn't shut any goddamn thing down. But you are mad when I'm like, Alaye kilo nse now. Wait till they try go now. Let's understand you now. Or we should just believe that we shut it down here, even when nothing is shut down, Abi. We should just put it in our imagination and say, yeah, come on, man. Like, how do you even think that's going to happen? Adelaide that want to protect us. But you do have dedicated young men and women who listen to you guys. The only single place where they appeared to show that, okay, oh, yeah, if I take over, all right? The only place where they appeared is a place where they were captured, humiliated, and indeed, took them away. And we will never know what will happen to them afterward. Abi? I want soldier dry. So now this soldier dry. Is this you as a Yoruba, are you proud of this scene? There are some young people, okay, were told that they have, a government has taken over. And then they went straight to a government establishment. But they didn't even like you went to somewhere, right? They were holding the Obas meeting, the traditional chiefs, traditional rulers meeting in that same place, or your state traditional rulers. You didn't even go there and grab all the kings. Maybe they beg you, say release them. And you go come and tell them, say you are representing of IYP or dry. And here you have taken over this place. You didn't even do anything. You were just like pure, they were just like wanderers. People who trespassers. And I saw the policemen, I saw their video. I can't show you that, okay, because they were shooting guns, right? I saw the police. They parked their car very far away from the gate. And from the gate, they are hiding. Papa, they were still going to walk for 10 minutes before they would get to the place where these guys were. 10 minutes walk. Police don't they shoot from 10 minutes away. And I was like, it was so ridiculous. Only for them to shoot them. And then they don't shoot us. Someone me dry in here. Is that not a disgrace? You seated there. How do you want to kind of make this look good for you? By saying, we don't even know why Nigeria is kiniko. Are you mad, Dini? Like, how is this something that should not even get you so unsettled? And where you have legit, normal people who are actually really doing the advocacy, including those of you who are doing this advocacy in Yoruba land. Now, actions like this are going to continue to put your lives in danger. These ones want to endanger your lives so that Nigeria can have a reason to shoot and kill you. How does that help? In 2024, and all this nonsense, Mora, to go and face AK-47, all those inventions, all those jazz we our own forefathers invented when they were using shakabula. Shakabula, that is always like, poor. They keep person easily. Shakabula, shakabula, not gun, but all those shakabula guns. The one that once you shoot her, the smoke will come out like that. Then you have to wait for it to cool down. So that you can put the gunpowder again, get it ready again, wait for 30 minutes, or you shoot again. So you are now using all those invented juju of that time to face AK-47 in 2024, and you say you're not bringing disgrace to us. Educated people. Imagine educated person seated and talking about security. Security architecture and the rest of that. Once we get our do this, our do what do you call this? Tell me.
Those put your hand down. Where did you bring your hand down? This one. Sorry, we not get that way. Open that one. And that one there inside though. Yo, open it. Open it, Mara. We have wash here for them. Open up for yourself. Open it. She. Open my eye. They support them. Remove them down. Carry your head up. Wow. So we're going to do just for
Adalam. machetes. So you put all those in a bus, in a van, and you drove straight to a government establishment, and you didn't use any of that before police came and they pick you one by one, beat them up, put them here and there. I can't show you those videos. A lot of you must have seen them. These are not something to be proud of and say, you know what I mean? But Onitiri and Are, they are yet to make a statement. What statement are they going to make? That they have arrested their own army? Or what? This is what we are talking about. The ridicule, the shame. There's nothing motivating there. But if we want to motivate ourselves, all we have to say is that, all we have to do is to encourage all of our patriotic young Yorubas, even old Yorubas, that listen, that you have been convinced that Yoruba must be independent of Nigeria. That is the first stage of your liberation. The next stage is to explain to you how it is done. Nobody gets a new country, okay, by wielding weapons alone. And if you have to wield weapon to get your country, you are going to need a lot of it. A lot of it. You're going to need a lot of army. And if you do have those who are so dedicated enough that they are willing, then the next thing is you will need a lot of orientation, education, training before deployment. Because if you are carrying out any tactical operation of power take, it's like a coup. The first thing first that will send a strong message is, okay, you pack cutlasses, machetes, and guns, double barrel guns with the cartridges. You pack all of them. You enter government building. What do they do? The Obas, all of them, where are they? So if you had entered the Obas meeting, we have seen that you can use that to push your agenda. With that audacity, you can actually be the hidden main threat to these supposed criminals ruining Yoruba land. You could actually be the shadow, the shadow fear that they feel. The group that they believe can always come for the elites of Yoruba land until you force their hands. And you see that your own campaign for self-rule, you will turn them into those who will be doing the campaign. There are so many things you can use to deploy every resources you have. If you do not have any large-scale resources to take over an entire place and hold your ground, there are tactical ways you can do it too. But not like this. No. And that's why we'll continue to condemn such. Because right now, if you Google Yoruba Nation now, you'll be seeing people that are being humiliated, paraded by the Nigerian security agents, acting like they are so super, they are so unique, all because wrongful deployment of our resources. And I watch that from far, and I do wish I have such influence where you can actually attract all the resources you need, human and then otherwise. So we can look into that, we can tap into that and continue to ensure that miscreants like this Onitiri and co, charlatans like this, do not continue to have more access of convincing our people that they could be martyrs. Martyrs for nothing. Like if these guys went straight into the Obas meeting, where all the Oyo Obas were, not that I'm not in support of any violence. You know me, I'm not in support of all of that. But tactically, there are ways violence can actually be carried out and you can still get results. But you enter a place, you don't even know, maybe the Obas are there. Maybe they didn't know. Because I didn't see all the Obas in the news. They were not even running for their lives. You just went there and you were wondering about until they called their police. Police came like commando. I saw some of them. They are like all this way you see them in the Nigerian movie. Unprofessional. But yet they felt like heroes. They went in there to go and capture people who are supposed to be taking over the government. It's a shame. And a lot of you need to speak out. And please don't let anybody shout you down from saying what you know is right. Because a lot of us are always afraid sometimes. You do not want these people to really come for you. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how some of you are so afraid sometimes to say the truth in the face of everything. But again, I encourage you to. If not, news like this, they will continue to tarnish the noble camp. Somebody said, she did it because maybe the Yoruba men are not rising. It's part of the delusion you probably are telling yourself. All you have to do is just to dig and get to know who is that Onitiri. Onitiri. Just go take a look at who she is. And then come back here and tell me, oh, amazing. The Yoruba men are so voiceless. They are so powerless. And God sent them Onitiri. You must be kidding, right? Anyway. So, I hope I will continue to raise my own alarm. Like me or not, we will continue to point to the rest of the world and show it to the world that self-determination, advocacy for it, referendum and everything that is associated with that, they are fundamental human rights captured in your own United Nations Charter. So with that, it continues to make it legit. And as it is legit, we must all remember all these, these distractors, because they will bring nothing but total disrepute, and they will make it even more unattractive to a lot of people. Now, a lot of people believe that it's only miscreants, illiterate, thugs and all that. There are those ones who are shouting Yoruba Nation. I don't want to be part of that. Like, are you serious? That's why you have to speak out. And don't try to make up anything to justify whatever this is. It is a pure madness. And it is just pretty much like sending people as a human sacrifice to the Nigerian criminal government that was always ready and willing to kill us, even without provocation. This should never have happened. Never. But they've made it happen, and we do not have an idea of what they still have in stock. I am going to pay more attention to them now, because small time now, they may actually start their own small terror group to intimidate fear, because I remember that's part of what they wanted to do in 2022. I became privy to it. They needed something. People were saying that they should show them something, they should do something. All this money that we are donating, all this money that we are contributing, we don't even know what you are doing. Do something. And around that time, they were contemplating of putting together a group of criminals in Yoruba land. Give them guns and begin to create fear. Okay? Fear that will make people believe that there are some people who are fighting and agitating for Yoruba nation. They don't give a damn. They will that kind of thing. I exposed that, and I said, I will expose every one of you that I know you are part of that plot. Whatever social media validation you are trying to get for yourselves to make yourselves feel good by creating terror on our people in Yoruba land. So that kind of, got suspended, I would say, because I never see them come out until that yesterday. And when I saw the weapons and the whole thing in front of them, I was like, I'm gonna see waste of humans. This is not courage. So some of you dumbos who might think that it's a courage, it takes courage or denier anything that will end up making you a captured person in the hands of those you believe are not working in your interest. That means you are a dumbo. If you listen to people who wanted to send you to a place where you are going to be treated like you are not human being, or because you wanted a referendum or you wanted a self-rule, anybody who identifies as a leader that pushes you to that stage, not like this, is a lunatic. And there's nothing courageous about that. They might be courageous people, but when such resources are well channeled and result gotten, then you can say that takes courage. That's foolishness. Total foolishness. And we shouldn't let that happen again. We shouldn't. I'll leave it at that. Let's go to the next stuff. And that would be me when I saw Obi in Harvard. Okay. So he was invited to come and talk about this, that, I don't know. But it was pretty much about leadership, Nigeria. And they were talking about parliamentary system of government, right? Right. Let's go to that Harvard school of politics or politics of school or something, I don't know. So let's go there and check that out.
But for me, whether at the local or at the central organization, we must have a situation where the governor or the president must be an elected member of parliament, so that during presidential parliamentary question, it is the president that is speaking, and the same thing for the governor. Because like I said, I've been governor. You can be governor for 4 years without talking to anybody. Nobody cares, because you have arrays of aides. You've seen where a governor will have 1,000 SAs, special assistants. So they're all over the place. But they become such a nuisance that nobody will want to talk to the governor. Because once you speak, that's it. So, but if we have a parliamentary system, people can question it. If we have a system where the governor or president is answerable to people, you can. So the only way now you can, the way it is now in Nigeria, people can do the right thing, that you have chosen to do the right thing. If not, it's impossible. You are just in charge. All the money, everything, you use it as you like. If I want to travel to America with 15 people, nobody will ask me the question. I want to go with them. If I want to travel to Abuja with 50 people, nobody will ask me as a governor. I had that experience as governor, where I get up in the morning, the number of people traveling with me are 30. And we're going to Abuja. It was only me trying to cut costs that I looked at everything. I'm the only person invited to the meeting. The other 29 people going with me to what I do. We pay for them. They go to the airport, consult a nuisance to the traveling public, because that's what you get. And then they go to Abuja, stay in hotel. They're not attending the meeting, but we have to pay for their feeding and everything for staying in hotel. I will pay them allowance. That was the best. So, but if we have a system where the people can question and everything, you can start cutting all this cost. So for me, the parliamentary system, or whatever system we are doing, must be local. And we do not think it will be solved by even our foreign partners. They too have their own interests. It needs to be local. The people must be trained. And that is where the role of the youth, not even some are critical. Because with the knowledge they have today, with the exposure they have today, they are beginning to question, this is wrong, this is right. Otherwise, it won't work. The institutions have been hijacked by us who are politicians. As the elites empowering the youth. If you are the elites who live off the confusion, are you going to empower the people who are going to chase you out of it? No. So the youth have to work hard to take it over. That's why I told those who are following me that we're not in a sprint race. Don't think these people are going to go away. When you bring a change, you have for enemy all those who live off the old order. They're not going to allow you to just come and take so they can go away. No. If they do that, then they're finished. Because they don't want to go away. So we need to work hard. The youth all over Africa. You think, you've seen now where people are in government in Africa for 30 years, 40 years. You think they're going to go? Some of them are even trying to hand over to their children. They're not going to go away. It is for the youth to insist they have to move. You have a situation where people are now walking, virtually being carried in a wheelchair unless they want to be in charge. You know, have a place where people are doctoring their age and everything to continue being there. So it is something we, the youth, need to. And the youth should do so coming together, knowing fully well that these people does not represent anything. Like I said before, they are the ones who are preaching religion or tribe. But it's for their own benefit. Everywhere in the world, the youth are agitated.
We will continue. But let me say something quickly. Because I caught a comment where somebody said that because they failed, and that is why everybody is dissociating themselves from this Onitiri or Onitiri. Can we at least be reasonable for once, please? Eh? Like, what is the odd, or what are the odds that sending 7 people to your state government house or your state house of assembly complex, the entire government establishment, sending 7 people with 2 guns and lot of machetes, 7 people, and then you declared we have taken over the government of Yoruba land. Loma, what are the odds of success in that? Like normal person, anybody who is a normal person, they will sit down, send 7 people to one place, and go wait for success. What are the odds? So if all of us want, if you want to sit down and just kind of imagine some things, trying to create positivity out of all of this, you will be as deluded as those who believed that sitting in their bedroom or living room in faraway America can actually declare an independence, right? That you will now be saying, if it was successful, nobody will be complaining. Is this what success looks like to you? Because I know, you see, this whole thing that you're all witnessing now, let me be honest with you. Onitiri as our audience. There are deluded people like her. And I understand. You can't be more than what you know, or you can't carry more than what your mental capacity could handle. Like, there are people who can't. But there are people who sit with her and they actually believe what she's saying. So don't you think the problem is even more than what we can imagine? How do you get success like that? 2 guns, many machetes. So everybody went to go and wait so that those guys will not be successful and they've taken over the government of Yoruba land. So don't let this look like we are just, maybe we are just like, I don't know how you normally put it, maybe we are just 18. It's not about 18. In fact, listen, I do not really give a damn about Onitiri and all that. It's actually what she represents when it is associated with a noble cause that should be a normal thing that all of us here should be interested in, whether for or against, without any animosity. But we can all see how people are laughing and making mockery of Yoruba nation, this, Yoruba nation, that. And these guys are those who are making that easier for such people. Don't pretend that you don't know that. And that's what we wanted to point out. Okay? So this is not about whether they will be successful or not. How? In reality, how? When you do not have the resources to. I remember when people used to ask to tell me here, hey, Maiyegun, you don't know that now. And it's what you don't know is more than just say, I have heard that many times. Because well, you don't know. You don't know maybe they have all this. I said, listen. If you do have something to really kind of push whatever, right? Make sure you do have that and pursue it. Not give to pump action gun, one pump action gun, one what do you call it? One pistol to take over government of Yoruba land. Is that actually how it's going to be? Anyway, what really is there is that the only thing that will actually help all of us is for those who are closer to her to really tell her that, listen, mommy, can you please, let's take you for real care. Take away our phone. Disconnect our social media and take your mommy for care. She is there deluded and sending young people to their death. And if she's not stopped, well, we will have to witness more of this too. I'm not saying that anybody can stop her, but if the children don't stop their mom. So if you're looking for any success painted for you by people like this, there are those when you talk to people and say, okay, I have an idea. But when you have to send people to go and become the victims of the Nigeria ruthless, lawless system, then I have a problem with you. Like if you are doubling down, I would rather see you there too. And maybe I'll believe you. That maybe there's some, semblance of a success here or there. Let's go back to that Harvard if we continue. Obi, Harvard Law School.
Everywhere in the world, the youth agitated in Tiananmen Square in China. The youth agitated everywhere in the world. Because it's about them, it's about their future. When I talk about borrowing now in Africa, most of the monies that are being borrowed today are not going to be paid in my own time. Nigeria is now issuing bonds of 2050, 2060. We'll be gone by then. It's the youth that are going to pay it. So it's for that now to say, well, listen, tell us what you're using this money for. Because if the money is productive, they'll enjoy the benefit. If it's not productive, they're going to pay for it. If the youth have been agitating by youth Nigeria, won't be where we are. There was a time we had what we call excess crude money. We had a minister, Kojiwala, begging the entire country through the governors. Can we read in his book called Fighting Corruption is Dangerous? He was crying, begging for us to save this money for the future. Everybody, I was in government, we all governors, we insisted it must be shared immediately. And it was shared. If that money was there today, I can tell you it would have been a different country. But because he used them in terms of destiny is California. Because in terms of GDP, it's about 4 trillion. But if governor of California today is seen in a 6-car convoy, I don't think he will last. He will be there in office the next day. In Nigeria, you will have 20 and 20 for the wife. And then the children will be moving with similar situation. And not by the cars. There's no lodge, governor's lodge in Washington. I've had a friend, had a relation with 2 governors here. And I asked them, where is your lodge? They have no lodge in Washington. If you have meeting in Washington, you pay for hotel. In Nigeria, I have to have a huge lodge in Washington, which I pay millions of naira to keep hundreds of people doing nothing, except that I have to have a lodge. And when you shut it down, like when I shut my own down, people say, oh, but every state have lodge there. There's no states that have got presidential lodge in the state. Every state in Nigeria have presidential lodge. The president doesn't live in our state. But we build it will maintain it in case if the president comes. And for 8 years I was there, the president only came once. But I have to keep a house for him. And this is because it is not a true federal system where you can say, no, this can happen in my state, this can happen in my state. When President Obasanjo wanted to come, I said, I have no lunch. He became thank God, eventually. I said, you can come in the morning and go in the evening. You're the president of the country. You don't need to sleep in Anambra State. Because you don't have a place for you to sleep. And these are what is happening. And if the president is coming, you're expected to host a big dinner that will cost you millions of money, do all sorts of things. And when you're not doing it, you're like, oh, we cannot do this. Oh, you don't. So a subnational state does not actually exist in Nigeria. You have to be pushing, quarreling with everybody, doing this and all that and all that. And you have no protection because people are saying you're not serious, you're not doing what other people are doing. So it's actually a difficult thing until we have true federalism. And that's what people are talking about, restructuring the constitution, having people's constitution where the subnational state can go on their own and be able to do things they want to do without referring to collect their own revenue, spend it the way they want, and people provide security and all that and all. And if you do it, it'll be more effective because you have competition and everything like it's happening here.
Thank you very much for that
situation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Old.
You are bored. Sorry about that. It's simply part of what we we put out, so that if you hear something that is from the third party, or you hear it directly from the person who said it, in this case, Obi, there are some two different ways to it, but there are those who just don't give a damn about him, right? I understand. I do give a damn about him. I give a damn about the audience he speaks to, what he tells them. I pay attention to all these things without having to make any projection. The influence he has on them, the same message he kept repeating and repeating, even if you hate him for it, they are powerful messages that are getting the attention of a lot of young minds. And that is something. I don't know how you see, I don't know how you see the challenges ahead of us. Okay? For those who want to see it politically and those who want to see it from the other point of view. But there are challenges ahead of us that everyone really matters. And I've kind of promoted that for so long on this platform for an obvious reasons. The obedient are substantial. Okay? And whatever this guy says, there are millions of them that actually takes them in. You understand? So it's ideal for you to actually hear them from him. Even if you get bored listening to him, okay? Oh, I'm bored. Because from all these are things that will later happen where people could probably want to Well, he did say something there, not that he's the first one, and he never removed himself from the whole picture. He said us, we. Okay, even when he is in nowhere fingered, okay, in any act of corruption, like you have of his colleagues, but he put himself in. We, the governor, said share the money. Oh, the governor said, but if we had not done that, maybe by now it would have been a different ball game. You see, all of this, you can say he's talking about the 2027, but he's talking to over 10 million people that actually really do listen to him. I don't want to get caught unaware, my brother. And here are the reactions of those who hosted him in the Harvard Law School yesterday, what they had to say about him. And we'll go to the next one.
Impression of Peter Obi. Of course, everyone was very excited. Everyone was very ecstatic to see him come. I think there were a lot of people in the beginning, they even asked, is this a scam? Is he really coming? So it was definitely very well received. But personally, I was more interested in the things that he had to say. the insights that he had into how governance systems need to be reformed and transformed in Africa, and particularly in Nigeria, and the role that he sees himself playing in that journey.
You're one of the organizers who brought Mr. Peter Obi here. Just talk to us on the overall reception, the things he talked about, and what's the feeling at Harvard Law School?
First of all, we're very grateful that he accepted to come. It was really amazing that he was able to make the time from his busy schedule to join us here. So we're very grateful. We're excited. I think the panelists who spoke with him, the attendees who sat to listen, they all benefited. We're all really excited to have him, to host him at Harvard Law School. In terms of what the conversations were, they were absolutely amazing. Touched on very important points, right? Not just within the context of politics and governance or the context of the participation of youth in the determination of the future of African countries or the African continent, but generally in terms of what the responsibility that we owe, right, as citizens of Africa, as citizens of African countries. How do we perceive our responsibility? How do we take ownership of building like our countries in whatever positions we find ourselves in, positions of control, positions of duty, positions of business? What kind of mindset do we take to that? A mindset of integrity, right? A mindset of change, a mindset of accelerated transformation using the resources available to us. So he highlighted very important perspectives which apply across governance, applies to politics, but applies generally to how we should start looking at what we should do about ensuring that we build the continent that we hope we will leave behind, or we hope that we can benefit from in the near future. Very, very interesting points, very important conversations that we're having, and we're so very happy that we're able to do this.
As you brought Mr. Peter Obi here, I want to know, what was it about, the experience, the impact? What did you feel? Talk to us about Harvard Law School with Mr. Peter Obi today.
Well, thank you very much. So my name is Boris Wenu. I'm a student at Harvard Kennedy School from Benin Republic. And Nigeria is not only is actually the neighboring country, so we actually follow very carefully what's going on there. But I was lucky sometime before actually the Nigerian election to be at Harvard Business School, where Mr. Obi was invited and actually talk about what his program for Nigerian people would be. And I would say that I was really, really amazed by what I heard and how inspiring he was. So when my colleagues actually brought up the idea to host him back for this conference, I just thought that was just, phenomenal to open up again after his experience going through election, come to talk to us, how refreshing, how, what did he learn even after this experience? We know. So that was really the first mindset. That was actually the major reason. Second, the continent is actually going through a lot of crisis right now. And we need great leaders to stand up, just not only for the youth, but also for the future of Africa. And we thought that he has some of those inspiring words and ideas that need to be heard and spread out within this community, especially students who are preparing after getting their degree, preparing to get back to the continent, serve the continent, hearing from his experience, what he had learned. All those things are really major reasons why we actually brought him. And I mentioned crisis because, we think that there is a leadership crisis going on in the continent, which now is leading to violent crisis, really leading to coups and all those kind of things, the democracy recession, all those kind of things going on the continent. And we need to step up. He's one of those people actually trying to do that. And, modeling him, learning from him, his experience. Those are some of the major reasons why we brought him here.
Thank you. Mr. Peter Obi is here. You were part of the interactive lecture he gave.
Yeah.
I just want to know what's your take on it. What's the expression? What's the impact? And tell us what. Just talk to us.
I mean, first off, Peter Obi is someone that I deeply admire, and is the particular reason I came here today. For context, I work in New York, and I decided to come in this morning for this particular program, and I was not disappointed. The thing about Peter Obi is he's very meteoric, and what I mean by that is he challenges you to think about something differently, and that's really what I look out for in people, especially persons that I hope to admire, in whose footsteps I hope to follow. He mentioned a couple of things today that really piqued my interest, and I discussed some of them with him, and I was very impressed. I think that people really underestimate the power of what is happening today, politically speaking. So many persons before now, they were not so interested in Nigerian politics. And many persons are still averse to it, understandably so. But what we see today is a rejuvenation of that, that spirit. People are more interested. Even the dissentients, the persons who have things to say that are not so nice about what he's doing, they are interested. So by osmosis, everybody is learning. By osmosis, everybody wants to change.
The member of the Temple of Truth, una patience be like a mustard seed, or the patience of a cat. You get bored so easily, and then you just keep like firing back that way. But I will still have to deliver what I have to deliver. And I wish you could forward that, like fast forward it, so that, it doesn't get you bored. Oh. It's just that the next story I want to share with you, it's not the type that, I don't know how it's going to make you bored or angry, or both. It is the news of one Adamu Muhammad, who killed a pregnant woman in Enugu. He's a soldier. But the news that came out actually said he is a repentant soldier, one of those repentant repentant Boko Haram fighter that got recruited into the Nigerian Army. How do you think they do graduation for terrorists in Nigeria when they repent? Let me show you, like this one.
In the camp, it is expected that the vocational skills acquired during the program will be a source of livelihood for you and your family. Please resist the temptation to sell them, as your survival going forward will largely depend on this starter pack.
Na yi imani a matsayin tsohon don kungiyar Boko Haram.
Repentant Boko Haram. And the Nigerian Army said, no. That's not the story. In fact, they denied ever recruiting repentant terrorists into the Nigerian Army. According to them, the only time they recruited the repentant terrorists not into the army, it was the Joint Military Task Force. That's what they said. They said that they didn't add them to the army but they added them to another army fighting terrorists, okay? And that army is called JTF Army, Joint Task Force, comprising vigilantes, repentant Boko Haram, and the Nigerian Army. I don't believe them, but they came out to deny that. They said, yeah, the killing did take place. They didn't tell us what really happened. But when the young guy was when the news broke, what we heard then was that this young woman was pregnant. Let me go check her name. Her name has something to do like, she is probably Fulani as well, or not. All right. According to them, Adamu Muhammad, that's the name of the private, the soldier. And the lady killed is Miss, Hauwakulu Tabra. That's not Igbo name. So what happened was that they said this lady, this pregnant woman's throat was slit. She was killed. Her throat was slit. And then this guy kept her body until he was arrested. And he's been in their military detention. I have a mixed feeling, just like a lot of people who have reacted to it. Okay? That a soldier slit the throat of a pregnant woman, and We do not have details of why, except the fact that he is a repentant terrorist, a repentant Boko Haram. And when the Nigerian military was releasing their statement over the killing, the murder, they only came out to just deny, no, he's not a Boko Haram member. Okay? They didn't see anything else. Well, yeah, the killing did take place. You know, a woman whose throat was slit a few days ago, and the body was kept by this guy in his house and all that until it got apprehended or disapprehended. And that set some level of, or should I say, that kind of triggered something in me when I saw the news. Why I added it to this chat tonight. For the past 2 weeks, the people of Enugu, few local government areas where the Fulani terrorists, called the Fulani herdsmen, have been terrorizing the locals, that they have been staging protests. I am talking about protests that even me with the Glasgow. I have seen them many times, and I am actually yet to see the reactions of their own governor, that is not far away from where they were protesting. So hearing that a soldier slit the throat of a woman, be an extra. And in fact, it's just an extra. But that's it. That's all I heard about it. Another death. Another unlucky victim. In Plateau State, the bloody thing is that 11 people were killed in a community by the same jihadist. 11 people. It's on the news. And it's just like continue to, you know, revalidate that, you know, that truth are saying. And that is, those of us who survived yesterday, we are survivors of yesterday. And we are the would-be victims of today. Now, those of us who have survived today, we are those who are going to be the potential victims of tomorrow. And it is always going to be like that, turn by turn, Nigeria Limited, until we put a stop to it. People need to know why a stop has to be put to it too, right? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I was planning to take a course tonight, and I'm still going to actually take that call tonight, okay? But I'm going to take a break first, right? But before I go, I need to give you this update. Sorry about that. Why are you wanting to keep giving me that horrible sound? Sorry about that. So, Werewike, who pledged to spend 15 billion naira to build a new house for Shitty Man, the vice president. Remember the argument last year? They are about to complete it now for Shitty Man. Siwerewike is a minister. Siwerewike and his comfort.
The minister said the design and conceptualization of the VP's residence by the federal government took into consideration the flow of traffic around the area, adding that the construction work is being carried out according to specifications. Barrister Wike further disclosed that the Office of the National Security Advisor has made its input into the project and that the FCDA and the contractor executing the project have also made the necessary adjustments.
We have invited the Office of the NSA, and they have taken a look at one input which with the contractor have taken cognizance and also making amendments. So that of traffic, I don't think is a problem.
Meanwhile, Barrister Wike expressed satisfaction with the speed and quality of work and assured that the project will be completed and commissioned by next month.
Important. I let the residents know that the home agenda is a reality. It's a reality because if you don't tell people this has been done, nobody will know that things have been done. If it's not been commissioned, that does not mean that it will not be open for public use. No. But let it be that, yes, this was the promise we made, and within 1 year the president came into office. This was what he was able to achieve as far as the FCT is concerned, not just on infrastructure alone, and even changing the structure of FCT is another achievement. So it's very key. very key.
The FCT minister also assured that other ongoing infrastructure projects in the FCT scheduled to be completed by next month would be actualized and open for public use, thereby making the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a reality in the FCT. Usman.
The renewed hope agenda. So the renewed hope agenda of 15 billion naira house for shitty man is going to be part of the Tinubu's 1 year in office achievements. So you can continue to complain about your hunger and all that, okay? And the news today is that the Nigerian naira to dollar has crashed further, according to their news, right? Crashed further to 900 and what? To $1. So yeah, they have a lot they are targeting towards their May 29, 1 year in office. So I just thought I should add that to you, to it as well. And I do wish that before that May, the what do you call it? The buyback of or their defense of their naira, okay, will probably have reflected on you. Because right now, even though they didn't tell you, okay, the floating of their naira, they call the policy that some of these Abobakus clapped for, that failed. Kadobi has now sort of withdrawn from that, and there is nothing called the floating of the naira anymore. So what they have right now is to continue to defend it the way they have always been doing, subsidizing the way they have always been doing. But pray, tell that it reflects indeed on what really matters. Okay? And then maybe for some time you can at least enjoy part of it. You know what I mean by that? The moment they are buying back of the naira and the rest of that with the available dollars and the fixing and all that they are doing, the moment they run out of it, at least you can say you actually enjoy part of it. Because what they are doing right now, it may feel they did it for 6 years before everything entered color. And they are trying it again, since Emefiele is floating and the Kadobi is floating as boomerang and their economic jargons has backfired. I do hope maybe in another 1 week or two, it will touch what really will touch your lives. Or else you can join us and be reading about how dollar is going down and the price of your gari is going up. Does it make sense, does it? Hopefully it will touch that too. They just make sure everybody's hand touch the money. Here you get, before the whole thing disappears again. And then you can begin your... Anyway, let's leave it at that. I will take calls, okay? But I'm going to go make myself a fresh cup of tea, refill. And when I get back, yes, we can take it further. The number is on your screen. You can react to all I have said so far. You can be part of it as well and say your mind. But you can't if you do not dial the number on that screen. I will be back in a minute. Please don't go anywhere. Thank you. I have a caller, and indeed, if we can manage the time, we can have a lot of people calling in tonight, reacting to this tonight. Okay? Here. Hello there.
Hello, Baba. Brother,
how are you today, Baba?
How are you doing?
I just did.
How are my children? How they? Everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for a good job, my brother. Well, which one we go do? We go to try our best. They talk, don't we free talk. Allah and Jakunbo. I do it on my bani. First, that Mama Onitiri Abu Allah no follow. They're supposed to carry and go Yaba. But I say Yaba night today. Yaba pause.
Yeah, it's not far from it.
Right. I go to no city then. Tori aromatic gino. I bet time at gino. We are going to be a local Yaba so that one day the one conscious and follow. Yeah. And secondly, I just feel for those guys weighing use because to me, I don't know how much they won't give them. They only for any 200,000 naira. I'm going to develop your jam all the money. But look, I want to say, where did she put her own children? And she put all those kind of young.
Like for those of us who know how Nigeria build, right?
You
So
understand me?
there is no real backup or coverage that says if you're going to go do this, right? If anything happens, right? Here is insurance, what have you for your family? We will take care of that. I don't think there is any.
And you know, funny enough, they didn't. I was watching this guy's program today. What they call it? This man in Ibadan, Oriyomi Amzat. They say there are some one security outlet, something that Nigerian security and Nigerian civil defense said they didn't register under them. They came to pick them on their way going back to go and base some of those people. I don't know how true that one it is. That they just read them among those people.
It is true.
All those people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Baba, they will just be suffering in the hand of Nigerian.
People who went there, they were just about 6 or 7, Baba. The driver, 6 other people. But when they make all of their arrests, right, they said they arrested 21 people. So they packed some innocent people on the side. But fair enough, right? They only displayed the guys they actually arrested inside. So I hope they are not going to just be using others as Joan now. Because they didn't display them with these guys.
But that is normal thing now. They won't release them free now. Me and you know that one. You understand me? No, that one is not free. They won't. So, and then the last one about what's without thing we even discussed last about this
well, there is a part where we spoke about the repentant who killed a pregnant woman, or with a wicked constructing or almost completing his 15 billion house.
Yeah, you see the killing. I really feel for the woman's family, but to me, nobody will do anything about it, Maiyegun. Because these people, they don't have empathy. I mean, you down people, you know, killing is just like, you know, even those days when we did small now, like when my father they train goat and chicken, you understand me? Like when my father elder brother will come from Ilaro to Lagos to come and go, that is how they just keep people anyhow in Nigeria. So they don't care. Understand me? Then the one of Wirewike, well, we all know say Wirewike they smoke weed, Igbo berry. So now they disturb it, they take and they miss Kai. Because what with that project they are building for the vice president, what has that got to do with people hungry? Serious hunger.
Was Pastor Ruga even homeless for 8 years? Was he sleeping inside the buka? Where was Pastor Ruga sleeping for 8 years? Where did Jonathan's advice slept for 8 years?
No, but the point is
something that you needed a 15 million house.
Yeah, this Setima, is he sleeping under Abuja Bridge now? Oh, I don't understand. Because I say these people, they should check all of them. Oh. They have mental problem. Oh.
And now we're, you know,
seriously,
lunatic.
I'm wearing the leaders. Why you? Then be wearing give you
Thank you so much.
I leave you, Jerry. Thank you very much. Right? Good night. My regards to you. I go to my children. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and same to you too. See, I appreciate that. Okay, Baba. And here is another caller as well on the line. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, Maiyegun.
Baba.
Yeah.
Good. You picked my call today.
Well, good enough that you called in too, because if you didn't, I probably would not be lucky to have you. So good to have you, sir. Please.
Yeah, this woman that declared Yoruba Nation Republic, you declared from Facebook. Is he in Nigeria or where is it?
No,
what does?
She's in America.
Okay, from America. Okay. So what was her plan?
I have no idea. You know, like there should be a follow-up plan. Okay, if you said this and some people acted, what's in plan and all that, but it's almost the same thing. We'll be screaming now to free those people arrested now in the next coming days. Free them, free them now, free them now. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I want people to actually see how dangerous this is for this genuine advocacy. And don't get carried away about all these nuances or distractions, right? Because this is really bad. For those who genuinely are actually roaming about freely right now in Yoruba land, having this chat, a day is coming, they will become an endangered species. Since they have been arresting our people with weapons, right? So that means everybody who is going everywhere and say, "Oh, I just want to talk to you about Yoruba Nation and all of that," you become an endangered species. And I want people to see that. Not all this distraction yet.
That's what I'm trying to say. You see the way they were killing up in the East. I think that's what they are
to kill innocent people and say, "But it's because of this and that." I mean, come on, we can avoid that, can't we?
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what they're planning to do to Yoruba people, innocent Yoruba people that live in Nigeria. That you live in America, you just go and declare Yoruba Republic where you don't have
you don't even have ESN. That's so many people are wondering, you know, oh, what is ESN doing about this place? And then people will be like, why are you asking for ESN? Are you not the same one who called them, who said they are this or that, that they should be killed? Oh, Igbos, the Biafrans have ESN, right? And somebody can say, I'm deploying ESN over there. What do these guys have? Nothing.
Nothing. Just a pity, anyway. There is something I want to talk about. And you see, you did mention that today. It's about this Nigerian Nollywood. This going to the river with that life boat. What do they call them? Life jacket and stuff like that. Yeah, and as Nollywood as big as it is, they don't have a train. What do they call them? Not even divers. They don't have what do they say that? They don't have a train first aiders. If they have train first aiders, they would have know what to do to their people. You get? Look at this country. Any small business, any small organization that people come to do face, the Home Office, I think that was 2 years ago, they said they should have train first aiders. Go to restaurant, pubs, they have train first aiders. Go to shop like Morrissey, Boot, Tesco, all of them, they have anywhere, even Baba Salon, where you have a big salon, you have train first aiders because accident can happen anytime. As big as Nigeria is, we don't have laws, we don't enforce this. Anybody can come up and do what they want to do. How can in Nollywood, as big as they are, they don't have train first aiders? It's so embarrassing.
It is, and it took the life of all those people, including that actor as well. And the lady who is the director of the movie, from what she said, you know, the big manism in Nigeria too is a thing, right? They were given the life jackets. The news was that they were not given life jackets. In fact, they were given, but they said they were dirty. Big men, big boys. I can't put down myself. And then they were cruising. You get what I mean? They were cruising and making videos on that high water, on that top speed and all that, right? They were busy there making the video and all of that. No jacket, because the life jackets were dirty for them, too dirty. And guess what? All those who put on theirs actually survived. All of those who put on theirs survived. Except for those who felt like it was too dirty.
You see? There another
you are right, okay? There's no first aider, there are no divers. Like, there are actually no rescue boats following them in case of anything. Like how it should be when you're like shooting a movie. Supposed movie. Come on.
Yeah. And they holding iPhones worth of 1.30 million, 2.30 million. With this iPhone, you can talk to Siri. If someone draw in a river
How do you resuscitate them? How do you bring them to life? Or you go to YouTube and Google this, they are all there.
Yeah.
What is the use of smartphones? It used to make scripts and
most of them are just use them to make videos, and that was why you could see they even put on drone. Oh, see, from the videos I saw, right?
Yeah.
In that tragedy where everybody they carried him like that. Somebody will just run, right? They carried him like, like that, head here, legs here. They carry on like that, right? So now when they drop them down the floor, on the ground, on the beach, right? So 2 people they found dead, supposedly, including the actually on the sand there, on the beach sand like that. The next time I saw drone taking a shot from the floor to show the crowd, show everybody. And I was like, no, man, no. Well, you're right. Everybody died. There are people who shouldn't even have died. Only what they needed is just CPR, little first aid, and all and they will probably still be alive.
Yeah.
But
That's why in this country, that's why in this country where things like this happen, they barricade that place, set people away. You don't come closer. If you are not a person, then you can't come there. Even if you say you're a person, they'll have to show your license for them to let you come
and
closer.
Also, remember, they carry somebody who just drowned, and they noticed that he still has some life left in him. They took him to the morgue, and they removed him from the morgue, and they took him to Babalawo's house so that they can do ritual, saying just drowned. So made the ritual so that they can now take him to the hospital. And I've seen videos. I've seen videos of people now saying they must bury him. See, I grew up believing that nonsense. And I'm saying nonsense now because it is time for a lot of us to begin to drop this dark thing in a way that are making us so stupid. You see, we are misapplying this our culture, tradition. We are misapplying them in a ridiculous way these days. That they are becoming shameful. And people should begin to kind of like stop. Like you saw the video I showed earlier, wearing this juju, wearing this. And here you are, you have been captured. You are just an ordinary person there. They are now looking at your juju like, how come it didn't work? This is 2024, for goodness sake. Somebody is making a video that there's going to be a problem. They have to bury him next to the say you decrease. Go collect his body and bury him there. And then you are seeing them. You are seeing they are saying, you will see now, this one is not about anything, Maiyegun. This one is about, you see, there is a spirit in the water. All this nonsense, for God's sake. It makes my head turn when they are being said by supposed educated people. It's even worse.
Yes.
It's worse.
Yes. It's worse.
Yeah?
This is a question I asked the other time. When with all this juju, diabolical power we have, when the white people came to colonize you, what did you use to capture the white people?
They go give you
this doesn't work.
And they go give you
it doesn't work. They're just making noise. It doesn't work.
You know what I mean? You need to catch up with this. See, if today's challenges requires today's solutions. Okay? So what you need to do is that you need to point out the challenges you are facing and apply today's solution to it. All these ones, they're going to tell you, say sometimes maybe you go get somebody's pants and somebody's bra so that they can make you money. They can make you rich. In 2024, you still see young people who are looking for people's pad, menstrual pad. They are looking for somebody's, what do you call it, used condom. Because they want to go and give it to somebody to make them millionaires. And you will see educated people that go sit with you. My friend, don't say, I know what I'm saying. You don't know what you are saying. You are deluded enough that you are so loud in your ignorance, and it is not sitting. I feel so kind of like, Mazi, Ma, take another one.
Thank you, I'll leave you for that. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
Bless you. You have a good one, okay? There are so many ridiculous beliefs that sometimes these days, you shouldn't even be saying them. It doesn't mean that all of us didn't hear them. See, tell me something about juju. Tell me something about witchcraft that you think I have not heard before, or I wasn't told the same way you were told. Tell me something about the spirit of the water, spirit of this and that I wasn't told too. There are sometimes that you just have to stop sounding stupid, okay? And just apply to today's challenges, apply today's solution to it, and see how your life is going to change. I mean, hello there.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Alaikum Shakpa, my brother. How are you doing today, One True Emperor?
I was doing very good until this foolishness happened.
You see what we are actually passing through right now. I have been reading comments
Yeah,
everywhere. People have been
and my group, guess what? See, hold on. You see, let me tell you the funny thing.
Yeah.
There was a foolish slave in the chat. That I think that person is new in this temple and does not know who One True Emperor is. Because I was, let me just say the truth, I was insulting Onitiri, Igbowo, and Akitoye.
Insulted.
Yes, I was insulting
Yoruba.
I was exactly. No, let me express myself. And there were slaves in the chat that were saying I should keep Igbowo's and Akitoye's name out of my mouth. It is like those slaves that knew.
No, you don't say that to anybody here. Like somebody will come to
they don't know who am I.
This is out of your mouth.
They don't know who am I. They think. Let me put it. I am from Osun State. You understand? I am from Osun State, Maiyegun, and half of my family are from Ibadan. So if you think that One True Emperor don't know the history of Akintoye and Igbowo, you are all bastards. They are not my leaders as a Yoruba man. Yoruba nation, when it comes, will not be ruled by the old. Let me tell you guys this right now. Yoruba nation, when it comes, will not be ruled by people like Akintoye, Onitiri, and Igbowo, and all these Tinubu there.
No.
When Yoruba nation comes, you will see the best of us occupy that seat. And to all you slaves, in fact, to all you slaves that were coming for me in the chat that think I am part of DRY, you really are new in this on this platform. Because if you know One True Emperor on this platform, you will not think that I'm a part of a slave group called DRY. Maiyegun, do you know why I'm angry right now?
It's even so stupid. Like you came out and you call Yoruba DRY. DRY.
Imagine DRY. What type of stupid name is that? When we are talking of names like Oduduwa Republic, they come out to DRY.
United States of Yoruba land.
United States of Yoruba
names
land.
That are easily pronounced. The names that are easily relatable. Ewalomu DRY.
Very foolish names. But imagine, why is it that when Nigerians want to move forward, why do they look for old ancient fools to lead them, Maiyegun?
Like, why must somebody old?
Exactly. A woman is sitting enjoying 24-hour electricity and security over here in America. She dey tell you slaves to go and invade State House with one shotgun and plenty knives.
President of
I call these people slaves.
You know, Simo Omobolaji, president of DRY too.
Maiyegun, do you know what really shocked me for that one?
Tell us.
When that one they give speech. That one just soldier for back.
If you look at that soldier who did it back, if you look at the soldier who did it back, one of them who was wearing balaclava, what do you call that thing that you have to cover your face and all that with the video I showed yesterday, they looked alike. Like, like they were wearing the same uniform, oh.
Maiyegun, these people have made a mockery on we Yorubas.
And some people don't understand what that damages it actually.
Maiyegun, don't know the saddest thing it is that the people who are making the loudest noise are the so-called with the degrees, with the masters, with the PhD, the educated bastards, the educated zombies. Maiyegun, these are set us back. As a Yoruba man today, I am embarrassed. That educated people will look at somebody like Onitiri or Onididiri and think she has brain. Imagine foolish Nigerians
to try and but no, she was.
What we is a lie. They did not do anything. They were scamming people of money. Maiyegun, you always talk about the scams that happen in this Yoruba nation. Right. Maiyegun, I know people for here where you see when you were talking about people donating for private jets. I know them here in this Maryland where we did. In this
Donating money
Baltimore
for
City, this
fighter
Maryland, DC, Bladensburg, Nigerians, they there. All of them donate money for fighter jets. You are not lying, my educated fools.
I swear, they wanted to buy armor personnel carrier. She told them. And they said that it's only $3,000 we have seen. All of you are asking for when, but you did not donate. So people are going to donate money to buy plane fighter jets. I even believe that.
The way these slaves believe these people is amazing. Honestly,
and they come face to the abuse you, they attack you. You are just, you don't know what is going on. You don't know how much work they are. Like,
Maiyegun, hold on. Not only that, they will now accuse you of being a member of the slave camp. I beg Nigerians, I'm a free man, no. I'm a free man. I don't belong to any group. I'm a free Yoruba man. I do not have any leader. When it's time for Yoruba nation to come, people and thousands of people like me will be in Nigeria.
Pop up the real leader for the entire thing, right?
And the real leaders will emerge. And let me say this, Maiyegun, because I really stand on it, and I've asked several people this same question.
Right.
A lot of us don't see as into Igbo and these guys are leaders. In fact, what a lot of us think, a lot of us like myself, is when Yoruba nation comes, we are going to do away with all those useless monarchies. When Yoruba nation comes, it's going to be a nation of progress, a nation of innovation, a nation of space, as in we are going to be part of the people leading the space race. A nation where we will sit at the table of United Nations and be involved in big dealings, talking about global security. The vision that thousands of people like myself have for Yoruba nation is not anyhow. It's not what these idiots are talking about. So it's nothing small.
No.
It's
not even attractive. You know, where you pretend to be what you are not. It's not attractive.
That's the most annoying thing. All these people really pretend to be what they are not. There's no difference between these people and all these politicians now. What is the difference between the politicians and these people, Maiyegun?
No,
you cannot ask them questions.
Tell people what they want to hear.
Maiyegun, if you ask these people questions, real questions, they won't give you the answer. And when you keep asking the same question, it will be these their slaves that will be the one that will come and fight you. But yeah, they see these people deceiving them by the day. My book, people do not know this situation.
Somebody coming to say, let us sing praise and worship.
Imagine.
You are
fighting for
Yoruba nation.
You know the funny thing. Michael, in fact, it's not even the praise and worship. I even heard on some videos say some of them said they carry themselves, go Ifa, go Babalawo, to help them discover when the Yoruba nation will be declared. I think in 2024,
I know.
These slaves can't be saved, Jerry. They can't be saved.
You cannot. Sometimes they say, and it will go so that you get what I mean now, Baba?
I get what you know. Thank you for all you do, Jerry.
Have a good one, 1 true emperor, Baba. So that's a 1 true emperor. And indeed, if you are new on Maiyegun's diary Politico, this is the best, this is the nicest contribution of 1 true emperor. This guy is brutal. He's somebody that has no pity or sympathy for anybody parading himself or herself as a one Nigerianist. And he will say it to you in a way that sometimes you'll be like, why do you have to give it? But tonight, he seems to be, even the night that he seems to be upset, angered by somebody who was like doing a break back there with him in the comment section. It's still something very nice. So in case if you are seeing him or you are hearing him for the first time, that is the nice 1 true emperor I have seen in a long time. Okay? But here is another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Sir, brother, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. And you? How is your wife, your kids?
We thank God. And how is the family?
we are pushing it. We thank God for life. We thank God.
Same old, we'll say it here in the UK. Same old.
Even my son is trying to speak. He's doing, I don't know if you can hear him.
Now it's used to daddy always calling in the middle of the night now, being part of a program.
Yeah,
he's wondering what's
my wife will tell me every day I watch Maiyegun. I say yes, because Maiyegun give us updates, even the ones who don't know. You know, so I cannot miss Maiyegun.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to Celia too. I don't know if Celia is with us tonight. I couldn't really track Celia out on my WhatsApp since yesterday, right? But I hope she's here today so I can bring a message and can link you two together. But let's deal with it tonight. Angel, please.
Yeah, you know, what I want to say is, you know, firstly, I will condemn the way they try to, you know, take actions. It's too early. You know, Nigeria is a crime sense. They just need the opportunity to apprehend you and to deal with you publicly to make you feel that yes, they just need an opportunity, and you don't give them such. You know. Okay, look at now. See, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has agreed with Nigerian conditions, they will have lived him long time ago.
A while back, and now they
yes.
won't even be there till
Yes. Yes. Why I'm saying this is because of you last time someone was asking you that you are very, very important and you worth more than you think. You understand me? Because Nigeria needs you to work with them. They can pay you any amount for you to work with them. Like, for instance, now look at what is happening to Wazuike in Imo State. I don't know if you have
Wazuike also fell off.
Yeah, the man who betrayed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu earlier on, Nigeria gave him billions of naira. He bought cars, bought millions of cars. So now Nigeria is working against him. Hope Uzodinma has demolished his building, all his cars, you know, because they have already finished with him. They have abandoned him. Now they have left him alone. They have left him totally. So this Yoruba nation and Oduduwa nation and Biafra, we are very happy. But we have to strategize because Nigeria is a crime sense. Whenever you give them an opportunity
to Nigeria, now they lock them up.
Yeah,
they will demoralize them. They will feel abandoned.
Okay,
they will use their hands to make sure they were never freed. Now we've lost them.
Yes.
And these are valuable people that if they were well utilized, they could deliver better thing than what they did yesterday.
Okay, see, Maiyegun was
go on.
Look at the way they were treating those ladies and that guy, exposing them, their sham publicly. I was telling my wife, say, have you seen Nigerian government brought a Boko Haram terrorist like this publicly?
Never.
Never. Because they also have sham, they also have sham, they also have weapon, they have bomb. But Nigerian government have never brought one of them.
They get sham too. They get sham from everywhere. But you will never able to see them display them, okay, and say, oh, look at all these people. We arrested all these Fulani bandits or this Boko Haram. Oh, yeah, see them now. See they are gone. Oh, yeah, see all their voodoo and all of that. They won't.
I'm telling you.
They will be offending their
they have bomb, they have RPG, they have a lot of weapons. But Nigerian government have never one day brought them out to show to the world. But look at those people with sham, just look at sham. They make it as if it's a big deal.
They kept saying it. Why don't you disappear?
Yeah.
You should have disappeared now.
Because
show us that one. Show us that one. Yeah, let's see all your jazz. Let's see this. All of this is sending messages to millions of people in Yoruba land that if you try anything, that's how we go disgrace you. This is how we're going to deal with you. Don't try it.
Yes, exactly what they are trying to say.
Opportunity. Why?
Yeah, that is the mistake they made. That is the mistake they made. That is the mistake. If you want to send a message to government, you start with the local chiefs, the Igwe, the Obas. Don't go into government house because they are highly protected. You know that.
You say you walk straight into their neck, and like people will go Russia, go do terror. You need to make a statement. Then the Yoruba kings are meeting inside that place. Take over the place. They're not going to shoot you because they don't want to shoot the Obas. Then you make your demand and say, "I don't read this letter." Now, even if they can't arrest you later, if they can't arrest you later, can you go? You have done something that the whole world has seen. Your message has been broadcasted. They have pleaded for the lives of all those Obas, all those elites. And you have done something that nobody will forget. People will forget about this in the next few days. So what is now the result? What is now the gain?
Yeah? Imagine, look at this repentant Boko Haram they put in army. He slaughtered a woman. Why can't they broadcast the army, the face of that army?
They haven't shown us the face of the murderer right now.
People with just ordinary sham and local made weapon. They put them on camera. They broadcast them to the world. They are terrorists. They are this, that, you know, because they need opportunity for you to make them do it.
That's right.
Yeah, and you don't give them such opportunity because Nigeria, they are just, I don't know how to put it. But believe me, Mazen and Galu lawyers, yesterday, they made a video. I don't know if you have come across that video. They made a video, they said...
But it wasn't even from yesterday. I just...
the one I saw.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, they said that they will not abandon Galu in the court anymore. It's not as if they will abandon him. No. But whenever they fix a date for hearing, they will not. Because they said that whatever Nandikalu is written for them to use to defend him, DSS will took it from them by force, forcefully, and snap it and send to their own lawyer. And whatever the lawyers came with, DSS will take it from them, forcefully snap it, you know. So there is no fair hearing anymore. So the lawyers,
they say that they record them when he's talking to Mazi, like record their conversation, record their video, so that they can use
that. They beat him every day. They torture him. The lawyer said that the judge, the chief judge, or maybe the judge that is in charge of that case, should take Nandikalu to our own house with security is better than to be in DSS custody, because what they're doing to him, and they deny him his access to his doctor. He's dying there now slowly. Nandikalu is dying. He's not feeling fine. The lawyers are crying out yesterday. There were about 4 of them. They came out yesterday. They said Nigeria want to murder him. They want to murder Nandikalu, not even hearing, not even they want to just murder him.
After making over 500 million every time they say they take him to court, so now the real point is to actually kill him. Let's see how that play out.
They want to kill him. They deny him access to his doctor. Nandikalu is dying slowly. His ribs, his spinal cord, his having
swollen armpits, swollen, rib and all that. And they are due to the torture that they are denying. Man, damn it, man.
And all these things Tinubu is doing is because Buhari told him not to release Nandikalu until Nandikalu signed that agreement, so they can be able to release him on bail. But Nandikalu said no, he will not betray his people. Never. So he's stood by his word.
Thank you so much.
So I'm telling you this thing because so that you will know Nandikalu may die anytime soon, because the lawyers came openly.
Oh, God will forbid that one. And I'm
telling you,
he said it himself. He said they are waiting for him to either die or near death, and they will release him so that he can go and die a month or 2 later elsewhere. He said it. So if there's anything at all, there should be strong voices coming from everywhere telling them that if that should happen, well, let's hope that Nigeria will be able to handle what is going to follow it. I'm saying this now because there are actually people who feel that way. And that's why we keep saying, God forbid, that they will actually carry out that what they intend to kill him. God forbid. Mercy. I will reach out to you, okay? Make her take this one, okay? Thank you so much. Yes. Sorry about that. Though. Did I just miss you? I think I got you back now. Hello there. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Hi, Maiyegun. How are you?
I am very well. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm so lucky today, This is the 4th attempt.
The 4th attempt, yeah?
Yes,
well, that's
today.
Much. Lucky me.
And it came through.
Then.
Yeah. Why are we surprised about Onitiri anyway? We shouldn't.
I'm so sorry for those young people that we have people who have that such courage, man. Such people are, you have to groom them, you have to nurture them, you have to train them. People who have that kind of mind that they will go where you want to send them. Don't send them to their death. Don't send them.
I know, but Onitiri, she has to give them something because she's collected money from a lot of people.
Right.
So she has to give them something to make them feel like, oh, she's doing, something. I can't remember. I think they said the target she was aiming at was $1 million at that time. And the people were donating. Yeah. She even made some of them sign loan agreement that they are loaning the new Yoruba nation. And when they get the nation, they're going to pay them back.
Like
and
if you put money in, you are like investing in it. So we are writing it down.
Exactly.
It's a loan. Really? She did that.
Yeah, I heard that from another platform, Right. And she was even given they were assigning positions already. Who's going to be this and who's going to be that?
Minister of this, minister of that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So she has to put up a show for them to see that, okay, we are trying to get it, So this is what she's doing, And then she will now go back to them, the people that are donating, and tell them, oh, maybe because we didn't reach our target of 1 million, because if we had gotten 1 million, maybe we would just go to all the Yoruba states at once and take it over and all of that. And some of them will still fall for it. So she just giving them something for the money that she collected from them. I am not surprised at all, although I had a good laugh today because it's so funny.
Because I am just here like, okay, I'm gonna, I love Yoruba land and I will put my money in anything that is going to help, put her out there, like right there on the burner, on the front burner like that, right? I'm not gonna give my money to such woman. Like, what is she telling them that will make me actually really dip my hand in my wallet and bring out my card and then send that money? Like, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah, but Maiyegun, you need to.
People who live abroad actually really fall for that.
Yeah, because you need to understand one thing. There are a lot of people with mental illnesses that are not receiving treatment. Do you understand? And the one thing that social media has done is give people like that a platform
it can give
where they can
to their illusion.
Yeah, where they can also gather and they start feeding on each other's delusion, hallucination, and all that stuff. So that's what is happening here. She will always find the people like herself on the social media platform here. There are a lot of people that will gravitate to what she's saying, and they will put their money in it because they can be easily fooled. You and I will. I'm not going to put my money in that kind of thing because we can see. Yeah, but somebody that has mental health issues and is fixated on having Yoruba nation, it's easy to convince that person to put their resources into this scam. Because that's what I'll call it, scam. That's what Onitiri is doing.
It is what you call it. It is a scam. And that's what I said earlier, ma'am, right? That, I mean, come on. We all want to see this happen, right? There are those who believe that we need to do it. When you say referendum, right? That's the peaceful way of doing it, okay? But when you say, no, we are going to fight for it and all of that, that is the violent way of doing it. Both are options, all right? But both require resources to make them happen, okay? So if you are going for this, then great, look for the resources, referendum. If you are going for the other one, right, make sure you have enough adequate resources, human and every other, right, that are going to fulfill the mission. You don't give one double-barrel gun and one pistol to 6 people to go and take over government of Yoruba land. It is a mental problem. I agree.
Exactly.
It is mental problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because even the Fulani men, they don't go in with 7 and they a lot of them with better weapons. They go, I mean, like AK-47 there, and you have a lot of them show up.
Exactly.
It's not just 5, 6
they
people.
Come in their hundreds.
Yeah.
So when they come, the entire community will know they have come.
Of course.
Well, look at that.
So this is just a joke. It's a joke, and she doesn't have the number. She doesn't, because a lot of people that were like listening to her before, a lot of people have moved away from her when they saw where this is going with her. So she doesn't have the number, So, and I'm not surprised she put up this, because that is what she always do. After she collected a lot of money, then she will give them something, before she now starts, collecting money from them again.
You know something?
So,
there is what they call Ichile. I didn't know that one before until yesterday, I swear, right? So they say one guy Ichile, right?
Yeah.
That one seems to be a very, a very close pal like that, right?
Yeah, but they are in on it together. Of course.
Hello. Just the same way you are calling right now. They were calling that one. Congratulations. I'm the happiest woman in her life today. Yesterday.
Yeah, because their scheme is working.
I couldn't stomach it. I was like,
Yeah, that's it. And then I wanted to talk about a hairpiece issue.
Oh,
you understand? Nigerians, we need to understand that we have to build our own country too.
Yes.
If you let these foreign airlines use you to destroy your own, you will pay for it. Whatever it is that they are giving you right now, they are going to get it back. All they're doing is just to get hairpiece out of the picture. So if you're taking a flight from Lagos to London for 1,200, and they bring it down to 400 so that earpiece can go out of business, once earpiece is out of the picture, you will take that same flight for 1,600, 1,800, because they are about profit. They are not going to eat the loss. This is business. They're not going to do it. So you have to be, your principle right now is it's either earpiece or no airline. The only time you should be taking another airline to London is if earpiece is not available for the dates that you want to travel. That should be everyone's principle right now.
Like that should be
because
a normal,
you need to
call anyway,
Yeah, exactly. Because you need to understand that it's not just the airline. It's also other businesses that are surrounding that airline. You have the kitchen that will supply the food. You have the cleaning company that's going to be cleaning. These are, there are other businesses that are surrounding that business.
You see those who are going to supply you the clinics, you're going to supply to your
Yeah.
VIPs in the, the first class.
Exactly.
Those who are going to supply all the biscuits, the snacks, and all that, the juice.
Yeah.
They are businesses. These are not hairpiece
Yeah.
shops. They are businesses
Exactly.
in partnership with them. If hairpiece dies, they die. If hairpiece
They die
succeeds,
as well.
they succeed.
Yeah.
All that.
So we have to grow our own. We have to grow this. That's why I still don't understand why a Nigerian would take 20 million naira to go and buy a used car from Europe or America, rather than buy a brand new some car. I still don't get it. It's like,
there is another guy called
what is wrong with us?
That guy is also assembling cars in Epe, in Lagos, right? We have enough, which has actually gone beyond Nigeria to other African countries and all that. But Nigeria continues to spend hundreds of billions of naira on imported cars. You're right.
Yeah. It's in America here is America first. America, you cannot, in their fleet, the government fleet, if you find foreign brand cars, I would say maybe 5%.
I don't even think it happens because them.
I don't even think it's there, but let's even say sometimes, but because they assemble those cars here too, so maybe they do buy, but it's just a few. It's all American brand vehicles. So if we are not doing that, how do you grow that economy? We can't just be putting everything on government. What are we also doing to support our own indigenous, businesses? We have to be that patriotic to build that economy. So anyway, those are the things that I have.
Because there are people who could actually do this. But I think the main problem, or part of what should be the main problem, is the fact that the government is the biggest customers of any business. You know that. And if they drive the economy of such businesses higher, in return, they could actually drive their people, the people generally, right, to pick up on the same habits. But we have a problem.
Yeah.
We have a problem of foreign this, foreign that, and every opportunity given.
Yeah.
Even people who have not been in power, ma'am, right? They agree with you and that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Or give them an opportunity and they are there.
But
they want the latest,
but if the government is not doing it, okay, we the people should show them how to do it. What about our celebrities? What about people that can actually promote those brands? Like if somebody see the video driving one of those cars, do you imagine the kind of market that he will bring to that, manufacturer? So, but we're not doing all that. We want to be seen in all this Rolls Royce and all these things, but our own local brands, they don't even want to see them in it. It's just ridiculous.
Really let me say this before you go, man, right? There's this video that came out, I think it was about 3 weeks or less last month, right? And it was about Obi buying cars for traditional rulers in Anambra as far back as 2007 or thereabout, right? And not that he bought the car is the main thing, but he bought this car like about 12 years or so ago, right? And 12 years or about 14 years or so ago, right? And they said they went to go and take the picture of this in also the SUV given to one of the kings. And it looks like a 2010 car. It was in 2010, right? It was actually 2010. Right?
Yeah.
So, and they went to take the picture. Yeah, sister, it was like an imported car that you can call Tokumbo.
It is. I'm telling you, I asked somebody
they were given to them brand new.
Yeah.
14 years after that, Ocean Shanoba, like it's pretty much like
Maiyegun. I said, I asked somebody that wanted to buy. I said, I was so curious. I said, those cars that I know some make, do they have, does it make cars with air conditioner? I said, yes. I said, they have sunroof? He said, yes. You have Bluetooth in them? He said, yes. I said, so why are you guys not buying it? Why do you prefer foreign cars to that? Don't you know that if we patronize our own, we're gonna make the industry bigger?
Exactly, you are creating a huge
you create employment. You can, because there are other businesses that are surrounds this particular business. That's right. So we have to grow that economy and change our attitude towards all these foreign items.
I know. Maybe those of us who actually lives abroad should also try our best in a little way and live there by example. We are those who could easily just afford to buy them for the sake of driving them in Nigeria whenever we are there. So that too, I will add it to that advice, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for what you do, Maiyegun.
God bless you. Okay, you have a good one. So that's a very beautiful one there, and I love the extended convo. And indeed, people have, who have. In fact, hang on, I have another caller first. Then I will say what I want to say. Hello there.
Maiyegun,
Baba.
Báwo ni o?
Dáadáa ni sir. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sir.
Ẹ kú ètò, ẹ kálẹ́.
Yes sir.
Ṣé o gbúròó dídán wọn ni ọmí?
I'm gbúròó àlàáfíà.
Ọlọ́run mú ṣe o. Àlàáfíà o.
Àti dúpẹ́ o.
What is going on since about 2 days ago now is quite embarrassing. And in a place, one person want to take the honor of a nation. This is what was supposed to be ending, to be the end, because the Onitiri wanted to be the all in all. I got the nation. It's not possible for a section.
Mentality, yeah.
You get it. And when they are running their program, the boys keep on molesting the urbans, causing the urban, doing all sort of shade to urbans. and whoever that is not in their support.
Attacks on them.
Yes.
Subtle
to my surprise, when you call them, you even talk to them in a very matured, respectful way that, oh, don't do this. The next thing you hear, you're a bastard. They start cursing you.
Can you imagine?
Up to yesterday, they still did it. The one in Turkey, running a program on internet, Adele. When I called him, I asked him, where were you? He said in Turkey. You're supposed to be in Ibadan now. Why are you in Turkey? And you are sending somebody.
So the Adele is actually in Turkey. I actually thought he's in the US too.
No, I mean the anchor man that used to run the internet program. That's
like their program on their okay.
Yes, in Chile. That's the one announcing what is happening in Ibadan. Somebody announced what is happening in Ibadan in Turkey.
Right.
What a correlation in that?
Exactly, like somebody who it is actually beyond bizarre, right? Because sometimes I just feel like we all live in this abroad. Does something not tell us that if we are actually really serious about this, every resource or every kind of group or so that we are able to establish or so, sir, could that is that we don't want to waste?
Maiyegun, how many are they?
That's the problem.
See the president.
Just handful of people.
If real identity of Yoruba nation is going to come on board, it's not the number of people standing behind the so-called president will be there.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be somebody who just walk from his room.
No.
On the camera. No, come on.
Yes, they put themselves on shame. Not Yoruba people. I'm telling you, it was so shameful. So shameful
for those young people too. And that actually got to me, sir. Okay, it got to me that I am Maiyegun here. I have never, encouraged anybody to go do something I won't do. However, I have encouraged a lot of people to stand up for us and represent the, what we can call the textbook definition of what self-determination advocacy should look like. Now, you see all these people go about who have, like Princess. She's been to every part of Yoruba land. And everywhere she's been, she has boldly, publicly proclaimed the request for everybody's support for Yoruba nation. Right?
Yeah.
Now, people like that have invested their time, risked their lives, and a lot of people too have done it too. So somebody like me, that's something I can do. That's a mini risk I can take too, right? Now, when I look at these people arrested and displayed, and with the impression that the media is giving out there, if people that my mind goes to are people like a Princess and others, like, are we not going to look away and put them in their lives in danger now?
See how they battered them. See.
So they people like Princess and Co, when they go out next time, they would have to kind of prove it to the criminal police in Nigeria and the criminal authorities in Nigeria that they are not like that. So we are not this or that.
Yeah.
So in case people don't understand why or where we are coming from, sir.
Very ridiculous.
Sad.
So ó máa ń fi ọmọ ẹjọ́ ni tẹ́jọ́ bá rìn papọ̀. I told them that time Onitiri alone cannot do it. Neither the other part can do it alone. It has everybody must be on board. We call it a country. Yes.
Tí òrùlá bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́fà when you shoot, because if you shoot and miss, you are gone. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Not this kind of
then you want to take over Yoruba nation. You now go to only Ibadan. Only not even your state, only Ibadan.
That's madness. Simultaneously, they went to Abeokuta, they went to Osun. Ibadan.
No.
To the Ibadan.
Ibadan.
You were just like you went there and you are waiting for them to come and arrest you. I want to see the comment and take over. Can you also just do something that people will be like,
not even fully Ibadan, only secretariat Ibadan. Want to share it,
sir?
Want to share it? Well, you to yeah. This is JJ Layegba.
Abo, Moribe, sir. God bless you, sir. So you see, Elder JJ Layegba from the US, by the way, okay? And my time is, or our time is kind of like, wrapping up faster than you can imagine. We only have just about 15 minutes to leave now. And that 15 minutes could be a time that your own call is going to come through. You have the chance of expressing yourself, say your mind, say your truth, and of course, like everyone else, you are entitled to it. Okay? So now let me see if I can get you on board. I'm gonna just have something there that just got lowered. Right. Again, when we speak out like this, it is not for self aggrandizement or so. Okay, it is to see beyond. You see, when you carry out an action, all right, in theory, it's expected that there's going to be a counter or opposite reaction to that your own action. So therefore, you must be in the position to anticipate what is the reaction going to be of what we are about to do. And that too shows the type of quality of a leader that you are. If you present yourself as somebody who can encourage people to do something that you can't do. So as a leader, you must be able to kind of be able to contemplate or sort of like be able to predict what the counter reactions is going to be to your own action. And when you weigh all this up with your intelligence and all that, you can consider if it is worth it to waste these resources? Now, is it adequate? Is it enough? If it's not enough, is it good to actually gamble with it now? Now, as a leader, at that point, you make a difficult and tough decisions. Even when you take decisions that you know that this decision I am taking could actually lead to loss of lives. Loss of lives of those who are going to carry out the order. As a leader, when you compare and contrast what the counter reaction is going to be, it helps you to now make that decision. Decisions that will involve the lives of other people. But since you are not affected, you could make those decisions. That's not leadership, that's lunacy. Hello there.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maiyegun.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Yeah, this is Mr. Perfect from Portsmouth.
Mr. Perfect from Portsmouth is greeting me good afternoon at 11 p.m. in the evening in the UK, Baba. Is that all right? Or is that you pulling my leg, right?
Just pulling your leg,
yeah. It should be evening to us.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mr. Perfect, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm fine.
Right.
I'm not really good to speak English because I'm a pure Yoruba boy.
Oh, you want to do it that way then? But other people who don't speak Yoruba, you might have to mix it for them too.
Do you
in fairness, because they do complain, and sometimes it feels like, come on, tell me how to do it. But anyway, sir, please.
Yeah. Do you think that woman is sane?
No, she's not. Well, I do not have evidence than what I have seen her actions. I do not have medical evidence.
Even if we want to take over Elisha, just Elisha as a town, or take over Akure, do you now use knife, cutlass, and double barrel? In 2024. I don't think the woman is well.
This 2024, why get 2024? What is this man? Adedibu.
You I've observed the woman from the outset. I contributed towards the 2022 Ominera, and I saw where she was going. I pull out gently. And I told people, this woman was going nowhere. And I will not deceive you. The woman is quite well, sane, and very okay. But the woman is being used by somebody. And I can point out to you clearly, that is this government.
Right.
Go and write it down. They just want to put some people's name in the mud, thwart Yoruba nation completely. And that is their plan. And having done that one, they can now come after some people, arrest them, do a lot of things.
Do you know, I didn't see it this way, sir. That's something I love about this platform, right? There are theories that you sit down and be like, okay. Well, they are making sense, sir. I have never thought of it that way. Oh, go provoke this, go provoke that, so that we can actually have a legitimate way of dealing with people.
Yeah. So by the time you see them arresting people now, you'll be so shocked. You'll be so shocked. And this government will go as long as 8 years.
They will do anything and everything.
Yeah, everything.
8 years.
Gbogbo organization to bá wà ní Yoruba land. Ní Tinubu máa ń tọwọ́ bọ̀. Yeah, to have his own way.
And it's true.
That's just it. I'm going to write it down. And that's what will happen. Yeah, that's what will happen. And I want you to know that woman tan lo yẹn, ìyàwó Abiola ni o.
Like ìyàwó.
Ká fi sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, ìyàwó Abiola ni. And Abiola never meant well for Yoruba people. But torí pé wọ́n cheat Abiola, òun ni everybody sọ pé ká gbèjà ẹ̀. Yeah.
That's true story, sir.
So, kò sí bọ́n ṣe máa ṣe bòlò tí ò ní rùngbẹ́. Àyè ọkọ ẹ̀ ló sì wà. And that's the real fact. Kọ́tàbíọ́lá náà bá rúùlù wa ń gbà yẹn, Fúlàní ló máa rúùlù. So you don't be good to be Abiola. But torí cheating and everybody call. And that is reality. Yeah, that's the reality.
That's what people are lawyer.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only thing.
Everybody might unite straight.
That's the only thing. And you can now see, ìyàwó tó ti gbé kinní ẹ̀ now. Ó ti gbé the same thing.
So everybody come check and take advantage.
That's just it now. That's just it. She's been paid. She has to do her job. Because I want to tell you, so but you want to do put on the mother than pẹ̀lú double barrel no. It's not that you wrong.
Okay, let's ask you. I promise you low. Okay, low.
And do you know one thing?
Sir?
Who must have one we come and release one.
Oh,
yeah. Come and worry. Come and release one. Not knowing can come and back party. Yeah. Because the government has to the government has to make it like real too.
Right.
Yeah, they'll make it real. And release out to quo. They threw the back door everything and release one, but out to queen, that's their home. That's their own share. So is a master planner. We should
open our eyes more.
Yeah, we should look wide.
It could actually be a script written by somebody bigger. And
oh God!
Yeah, okay.
Man, this case of a Fulani EU. Do you know what? The Fulani has been ruling Nigeria since days of Hauwakulu. Not just now. But if you remember Odumakin, he said something on YouTube. It's still there. You go and check. Ipe Abiola Ofedako, he wants to farm. Also from Governor of Ogun State. He was okay, Ilewani Ogun State. But not as good as Ondo State's land. But look at the he was okay, we were close to Governor of Ondo State. Governor back to Governor of Ondo State. On Kowa, on Funile. That's after the demise of Abiola. Abiola farmed there. The man farmed, and Fulani Koma Lulo Jekwe. The man was baffled, thought that it couldn't happen. He left about Yoruba land for that matter. The man went to action, suffered DPO, and we case lost the commissioner. That was the end of the case. They told them they can't do anything. Oh my God, Mr. Maiyegun, Mr. Perfect. Oh my Biola, Abiola, and that was the end of the case. Nothing happened. I'm telling you, this thing I'm telling you now should be around that of Jonathan area.
I heard something similar to that story.
Yeah, it's not. It's
I wasn't
on YouTube.
So sure when, but I have heard that kind of story.
You can check
he just
it.
abandoned the farm and he just left.
Check it. It's on YouTube. Only so can't say Mama Parumo, well, this is it's just like something that is gazetted that
and
you can't
like
manipulate.
Mr. Perfect, sir, right? You see, when we have resources like people like Arawata and Soyi, if we have them in large numbers in Yoruba land, one single sweep can send a lifetime fear through the spine of those who parade themselves as governors, as politicians in Yoruba land. If these young people are utilized properly, I get insane. We can use them. Take all of these supposed politicians in Yoruba land, all of them in one big swoop. And the operation on how they were taken, despite all of their security, is enough to tell them, we just want to warn you. You have 6 months. 6 months to remove all of the Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land, or we will remove you. That kind of fear,
imagine the governors now. Imagine the latest news now that the governors, they are now the laborer, the gardener. That's the Balogba for the Fulani people. Come back and keep Ogun State or your state. Yes, even the governors need to think that only one buruto yen. What to me? Only one buru new because story about buru only sorrow by and saying, "Kill my heart." You no, this is a serious threat. This is not right. And they just kept quiet. Kept quiet there. They kill your people, rape your people, take your land, do a lot of things. In my own town, in my own town in those states, yes, sir. My people cannot farm because those people, those Malu will hit their land. It's not story.
It is,
It is what I heard. It is what because I was there. I went home. I was there. I saw a lot of things, but I was still baffled that even if you listen to a policeman that was explaining this case on the TV, you'll be so dazed. The policeman was saying that they cannot arrest any Malu. It's on the YouTube here. There's one DPO that was explaining that one. That in Buhari go to deposit any office of can we pay any about entity to bad down go to fear not to Malu Magbasile. It was very funny. It's not story. I was dazed when I heard that one.
Like you see our people, they will tell you their answer because you got a see. Because you got a see anybody in there you buy totally actually enough. Job. Like
I was saying something to my friend. I said, now, even I don't like Tinubu, it's never my candidate. Because I don't just like his pedigree. Anything about him, I don't like it. But you are the president now. Now, the request can come by in the family in here. Wale so we pay. This is the time. To go back exactly. This thing has to stop. They joke now.
Pretend. No, one job pretend
Jesus Christ.
They will become angry when you start talking about it. They will be angry. Are you trying to cause problem? We all know this thing is going on. Let's tone it down. Let's tone it down. The way we are talking is not. No, let's tone it down. They don't want you to complain. They don't want me to complain. They just want all of us to die in silence. And it's up to us whether we choose to die in silence.
That's a slave master. Yeah,
God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
For tonight, thank you so much. And well, I look forward to hearing from you again too. Right?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you, sir. You have a good one. So that is a Mr. Perfect from Portsmouth. I won't forget that. Perfect of Portsmouth. Mr. P-O-F. Sorry, P-O-P. Oh, I love that. God bless you, sir, for being part of this, and same to every one of you who has been part of this all night. Thank you. I have delivered what I believe is a sincere, heartfelt expression of my own views on the chosen topics. You do possibly have yours too. But if I manage to make your night or make your evening, then check your setup and check if you have your notification on. Because when I get back here next time, I do want to see you. Until then, enjoy your evening and take it easy. You all have a blessed day, new week. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary, diary Politico. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì í o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.